Going to start the rucking for South Adelaide. And as I say, that Crawshay walks into the centre. So it looks like Crawshay's going to take the first of the taps.
I was going to say, it looks like Crawshay's going to take it with his long sleeve topped on tonight. Looks like he's a little bit nippy.
Broken in the forward lines for South.
Oh, that'll be exciting. He was in the forward line. And I did think a couple of those marks he dropped in front of us, I mean, you know, they were absolute sitters, and they just bounced off his chest.
You'd think Brogan would grab him, being an ex-Adelaide 36ers player, and...
I think he was a netball player.
Oh, now.
That's something you said to Fiona on Thursday night as well. It's...
You promised, boys. Come on, you promised.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll take care of you, Peter. Don't worry. You can trust us.
Yeah. Crawshay in ruck for South Adelaide, and for Central Districts, it looks like Lucas Cowan's going to do the rucking. So, and this will be very interesting because Central Districts had a game plan against North Adelaide, and they were going backwards at the centre bounce. And speaking of AFL, people walking past in front of us is the rubber man, Mark Micken. Down goes the ball for the first bounce. Up they go. Crawshay actually run into the other ruckman, and the ball on the ground. They're trying hard to get it out, Central Districts, and the umpire comes in and says, look, fellas, I'll have it. And he'll bounce it about 2.5 metres from whence he bounced it a minute ago. And in the ruck for Central Districts now is Cowans. Lucas Cowan there with Crawshay. Down goes the ball. Bounce doesn't favour either ruckman, but Crawshay gets the ball down. It's scrappy on the ground. Picked up by the Central Districts player there in Heath Hopwood. He goes towards the half-forward line. Across the half-forward line, a good handball by the Central Districts player. Put his teammate in trouble. They go towards full forward. Should have been a mark in the pocket. It wasn't. Over the back of the pack. And South Adelaide will mop up. The boundary line will mop up, actually. And the ball beats all and sundry out of bounds in the left-forward pocket for Central Districts. The boundary umpire comes around, keen to get play underway again. Ruckman shoulder to shoulder. Crawshay and Cowan, Lucas Cowan. In comes the ball, and wouldn't you credit, I can't see, there's a pole right in front of me. Fair dinkum. Anyway, there's a whistle blown. I heard that. I can't see anything, but I can hear the whistle blow.
I think Lockwood's taking the ruck with Crawshay.
Another bounce down in the forward pocket.
Another bounce down in the forward pocket.
Wow, there's an echo on these microphones.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. Up they go. Crawshay got it down. Heavy body work in there, and the umpire has not sorted a free out of it. Yes, he has.
Free kick to Centrals.
Now that's a ruck infringement. That's not a free kick for what happened on the ground. That's a ruck infringement.
That looks like Danger Lockwood over there taking the free kick. He always seems to be around the mark when he's going for the goals. He's going to line it up. He's not going to take much time either. He's lining it up on the outer side over there in front of the Don Bradman stand, and it's gone for a beautiful kick. No, it's gone wide a little bit at point. Put the mockers on him straight away, didn't I?
Yeah, he's sitting here all stumped up because Centrals were going to score first. You thought they were going to get a goal. We're not allowed to be biased in these calls, Peter. So just relax.
I've relaxed.
Ball about to be kicked out. Comes to the forward pocket, comes to the back pocket, for South Adelaide, and a mark taken there by Kimmy Cobb. He handballs to the running player, misses the handball, but the umpire has sorted the free out. He's going to give Kimmy Cobb. He's going to give Kimmy Cobb the free.
Actually, looked like Matthew Slade went over the mark in that particular play. So
in that case, it should have been a 25-metre penalty. They go across to the centre of the ground. They're going to come down the corridor now, South Adelaide, and that's exactly what they do. They go to past the corridor, the outer side of the ground, and the mark taken there by Clint Draper. Now Draper plays on quickly. They go towards centre half forward. Here's Murray on the long lead.
Good mark play. Hopwood.
Very good mark by Heath Hopwood because he copped a lot of pressure, let me tell you. Central Districts now come to the grandstand side. They set themselves up over the back. The ball goes out of bounds. No, it's still in play. Play on, calls the umpire. Handball there from the Central Districts player in James Cowans. He gets it across to his teammate and brother in Chris Cowans. Cowans goes towards that pole again. And someone's taken it. It's Central Districts have taken the mark there in Sam McArdle.
And Sam McArdle's walking back, and he wants to lift his socks, make sure everything's right. Down there is Lockwood wants to take the handball. Lockwood, get away from him, please. Okay, Sam McArdle looks for the goals, steadying up. No one's giving him any options though. Looks down at the outer side again, down the Bradman end or the river end, whichever way you might want to be. McArdle lines it up. Follows through quite well, and he hooks it a little bit again. No, it's come through. Oh, this pole in the way is getting me as well. Nice goal, McArdle.
So there's the first goal on the board to Central Districts through the agency of Sam McArdle. Central Districts 1 goal, 1-7 behinds. Leads South Adelaide yet to score. And Matthew Brown, we said that a lot of times at Noarlunga last Saturday, didn't we, in the first quarter?
Certainly did. South did not do too well at all, but then again, West did have Adam Richardson up the forward lines. It was, I do believe, at the end of the first quarter, 7 kicks, 7 marks and 7 goals for the tattooed one.
Yeah.
Good to see him in the blue, red and gold hoops this weekend as well.
And I'll tell you what, he'll be lucky to kick 2.
Oh.
Down goes the ball in the centre of the ground. Crawshay up again. Crawshay got that down beautifully to the running players. They come through the centre now, South. Oh, shocking kick, but it's going to land on the chest.
Oh,
and Mark dropped. That was Brogan again.
Brogan again.
Yep. Oh, play on. That should have been holding the ball. He had plenty of time to get rid of it. And the umpire has agreed with me for a change. And he's given a holding the ball decision there to Craig Cotter. Cotter comes towards this side of the ground, and the mark is taken by Fighting Harada. Grandstand wing, he goes towards closer to the wing. They're running now, running hard, Central Districts. The kick away by Michael Stevens goes towards centre half forward on the lead. Couldn't get it. Here's Kimmy Cobb with that dangerous left foot of his, goes across the ground. That's not good playing. Picked up by Shane Ellen. Ellen with the ball now with a handball, and the ball beats all and sundry out of bounds. And it's out of bounds, right half forward flank for Central Districts, and that was tremendous pressure from Central Districts.
Poor play by Hall to just drop the ball out of bounds like that. Should have recovered and put it into the centre corridor for South.
Up they go now. South Adelaide going across the ground once again. They're going to get themselves in trouble here. The Central Districts player had plenty of time to get rid of it. Play on, says the umpire. Now he blows the whistle and comes in and decides to have a bounce. And once again, the right half forward flank for Central Districts. Down goes the ball. Crawshay in front. Over the top for Central Districts was Bowen Lockwood. The ball down on the ground, smothered off the boot there. South Adelaide lead in the race for the ball, and they run it straight out of bounds. And that's the best place for them now. They've got time to regroup as the ball's about to be thrown in.
As we saw in the forward 50 just then, Dean Brogan dropped yet another chest mark. His first attempt at the ball for the game, and which could have led to a South score, possibly a goal. And, well, Brogan stuffed it up.
Crawshay got the tap down, picked up by the Central Districts player who hooked over his shoulder. I'm just trying to see who that player was. It was Paul Geister over his shoulder for 1 behind. Now the South Adelaide fullback is about to kick out.
Kim Cobb's looking for it over here, though.
Yeah, he would have been better off, I think, to come to Cobb. He's played on, gone around the man on the mark only just, and this will be marked by Central Districts. That was poor play again by South Adelaide, and marked on the outer side of the ground by Biscuits. Simon Arnott. Simon Arnott comes to the centre of the ground, and a mark there taken by his teammate. I think that's Geister again. These numbers very hard to pick up at night, believe me, under the lights. And the Central Districts player is going to have a shot from goal now. He'll kick from probably 52.5 metres out.
He's got 32 options that are running around in circles, but all of them got men on him. No, he goes short, and you've got, Gowans goes for it, but yes, he's given it. He's pushed in the back, and the umpire's giving him a free kick rather.
Correct decision. Gowans did have control of the ball before being tackled.
So James Gowans looking around for an option to see whether he can get a little bit closer. He's about 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Why would you look for an option from 30 metres out?
They're taught to do that these days, Johnny. You see it in AFL all the time. You see it as kids football, so you always look for an option. It might be 10 metres out.
The option then is to kick the goal.
That's it.
He's gone. he's sprayed it across.
Unfortunately, hasn't done that at all.
So that's Central Districts 1 goal, 3-9, and leading South Adelaide still yet to score at the 7.5 minute mark of the first quarter. Now, once again, Cobb singing out for the ball in the pocket. He's on his own, and that's the way the fullback comes this time. And Cobb plays on. He's in trouble. He's gone. He should have been holding the ball. Play on, says the umpire.
He's
Cobb,
gone again.
He retrieves the ball. Should have been
get rid of it.
Now he gets rid of it. Handballs over to his teammate. They race out of the back line, South Adelaide, or they attempt to. Now they go towards the centre of the ground. Here it is towards the centre of the ground. Up high was Brogan again.
No, that was Perry that time. He dropped the mark too.
Ian Perry dropped the mark over towards Central District. Oh, he dropped that on the ground. Was held on to too long. Play on, calls the umpire. Getting the ball away as Chrissy Hall down on that lethal left foot of his towards half forward. Picked up for Central Districts there by Paul Geister. Geister goes towards the centre of the ground. Central Districts in hard. Handball over the top. The handball then goes to Ricky McGowan. McGowan goes to the outer side of the ground. Down the outer side wing comes Central Districts. The player too far under it now. South Adelaide should mop this up. pushed out in front of him by the Central Districts player. Oh, Crawshay's in all sorts of trouble. Got the ball out. The boot went in hard there from the South Adelaide player in Ian Perry once again. Stacks on the mill. Play on, says the umpire. He's going to let him go. Hit out of the Central Districts player's hand, and the umpire has picked a free out of that. He said Crawshay was too cruel in the tackle, and Marty McKinnon gets the ball over towards the centre of the ground. Taking the ball away now is Heath Hopgood. He goes long towards full forward, spoilt by the South Adelaide player. Central Districts on the ground. They're playing hard on the ground, Central Districts, and South Adelaide will clear once again. South Adelaide are about to clear through Dean Talbot. Talbot goes towards the centre of the ground now. South Adelaide, they're up to half forward. 3-on-1, 4-on-1 in the presence of Central Districts. That should have been holding the ball, but no. The umpire said, I'll have it. He had no previous way to get rid of it before he was tackled.
Ian Perry in a poor position to mark there. There was, I think at last count, 4 Central Districts players in front of him and only barely touched the ball.
Ball down, out of sight of the ground. Up they go. Crawshay flicked it over the back. Picked up there by the running South Adelaide players. They go towards full forward. Leading in the race for the ball is Tyson Hay. He keeps it out in front of him and could go out of bounds here. No, the umpire's picked a free out of this for a tie tackle. And that free will go to...
appears to be Hall over there.
Hall, and he's come across to...
David Morgan.
To better the angle and... find his teammate. Now, he's looking for options too. There aren't very many. Dean Talbot giving him a lead towards centre half forward. He goes towards full forward. Up they go. Too many Central Districts players. They were 4-1 there and on the ground. And Centrals have done well to hold the ball in. South's trying desperately to get it out in their forward line. But there'll be a bounce inside the forward 50 at the 10.5-minute mark here. The Adelaide Oval. Central Districts 1 goal, 3-9. South Adelaide yet to score, but they're inside of 50, South Adelaide. There's the bounce. Up they go. Crawshay got the tip down to Murray. Murray goes long. He goes wide. Who's he found? He hasn't found anyone in particular. The ball's going to come back towards the wing. Here's Kimmy Cobb on his right foot, which is his left foot. Goes towards the centre of the ground. And a good mark taken by David Morgan, affectionately known as Mad Dog. Morgan sizes up his options, gets onto the left boot. A long raking kick and went straight to the Central Districts player.
Ooh.
Hit him lace out on the chest.
Almost
saw
off
his dangerous play. Centrals go across the ground. Picked up there by South Adelaide. And
Brogan.
That was Dean Brogan. And Brogan has kicked the goal. There's the first on the board for South Adelaide. Centrals 1 goal, 3-9. Lead South Adelaide 1 goal, 6 behinds.
You're going to have to contend that to Perry. Perry did some good work off the ball and he centred the ball in as well. And Dean Brogan, loose hands. The ball came to deck. He had loose hands and picked up and went into the goal.
Yeah, the only time that Brogan dropped a mark effectively to score the goal.
You guys are giving him a hard time tonight.
Oh, he should improve though. It's his only his first. I think it's about his 2nd or 3rd season of competitive football. So to make the change, a la Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, it's a hard thing to do.
Chrissy Hall in the centre of the ground for South Adelaide. Crawshay doing the ruckman. Hall puts the tackle on. They go towards full forward. Central Districts over the head of the pack, but almost a good mark taken there for South Adelaide. Here by Shane Ellen. Central Districts pick it up. They go around. It's coming back. And it's come back, and that is a goal to Central Districts.
McGowan, that was.
McGowan or Crayshaw?
McGowan, number 23 for Centrals.
Yep. Ricky McGowan. So there's his first goal for the game. And that's take Centrals to 2 goals, 3-15, leading South Adelaide 1 goal, 6 behinds.
He just had himself in the open space. It came loose. Again, he grabbed it, kicked on his left foot and went right through.
And you were saying before, not only Port Power boys down here, I see Ben Scales sitting in front of us. Of course, Ben, the T&D officer for the Woodville, for the Eagles. So he's here checking out something.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, Scalesy. We're at Woodville Oval tomorrow.
Who have we got down there next to the post? He's down and out, looks like. The stretcher is coming on. Should stop the play then.
Appears to be a South Adelaide player. Looks like cramp to, I think that was 18 that was after the ball. Clint Draper.
It's more than cramp if he's down and they got the stretcher coming out. Now the umpire should stop play here, but they don't. Play goes on up towards centre half forward for Central Districts. Now there's a player down in the pocket. The stretcher coming to him. Stacks on the mill and there's goddamn poles in the road again. And the umpire's come in, blowing the whistle, and I think now he's going to stop play.
Yeah, I'll park the car next to a ute. There might be an angle grinder or something. I'll dash out at quarter time and see if there is.
Yeah, good on you. So the umpire now going to stop play as the South Adelaide player is placed on the stretcher.
Did he hit the post, the point post, or?
I didn't actually see it, so...
I think when he dropped the mark and turned to get the ball, there may have been a twist of the knee or ankle, but quarter time we'll check that out for you.
Let me tell you, it's more than cramp.
Yeah, well, it appeared to be cramp, but then the fell down to the ground, so I thought, no, not cramp.
Now Crawshay's having a word with the umpire, and
well, Ricky McGowan's ruffled his feathers anyway.
yeah,
Said a word or two.
I know what Crawshay'd be saying though.
The player coming onto the field to replace the man on the stretcher, who we'll identify in a moment, is
Landorf.
Jason Landorf from South Adelaide.
Yeah, Jason Landor coming on now. Crawshay in ruck still for South Adelaide. Bowen Lockwood will do the rucking for Centrals, and the ball about to be bounced probably 35 metres out from the Central District's goal. Central District's kicking to the Bradman end or the River end, whichever you like. The 14.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Central District's 2 goal 3, 15 leading South, 1 goal 6 behinds, and as I said in the reserves, Central's 18-19, 127 run out victors over South, 7 goal 3.
Now Johnny, I cannot understand this. Why not take him off the ground anywhere? Why do they have to come through this gate?
Well, it's got me beat, but they've got to come through the interchange.
It's just stop play for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they haven't looked like starting it again. So
you got 3 runners, 4 water boys, 15 players all in one little huddle here.
Yeah, and the umpires fear for their safety. Oh no, that's AFL umpires. I got to stop saying that.
I think you're worried about this pole though.
Yes, if they had the little golf cart that they have at AFL matches, it would have been a more effective clearance of the player on the stretcher. And it is...
Doherty, I think. Michael Doherty. No, he's off.
There's a 1 at the start of his number, so
Yeah.
that eliminates half the south side.
Yeah, well, that's it. Anyway, are we getting play back underway yet?
Certainly hope so.
I think there's a blood rule now.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yes, it is number 18, Clint Draper.
Number 18, so Draper off on a stretcher, and Central District's
Now,
player.
does he want to take his jacket off?
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Oh, you got Lillico, David Lillico. He's just come inside tonight.
Well done.
He was really keen to get on, and he did not take his training jacket off.
He was going to disguise himself as a trainer and then drop the water bottles and mark it and kick a goal.
Now, play's about to get underway again. The umpire's about to come in and bounce the ball. And
You've got Crayshaw.
yeah, Crawshay
Crawshay.
and Bowen Lockwood. Crawshay got it down again, down the back now. South Adelaide should clear this. They come to the grandstand wing, up in front. Oh, big punch over the back there by the Central Districts player, and that was almost deliberate. Central Districts player trying to get over the boundary.
It was
And
good defence there by Hopwood.
he did that, yes, and that was Brenton Daniel who pushed the ball out of bounds. Up they go again. Oh, Crawshay too tall for his opponent. Got it down to Shane Ellen. Ellen with a blind turning handball. Got it across to Chrissy Hall. They come down this grandstand side wing again. And there's a good mark taken on the chest by South Adelaide player.
The Sarge, Ian Perry.
Ian Perry. And he goes towards the half-forward line, out of bounds. And it's out of bounds on the left half-forward flank for South Adelaide. South Adelaide going into attack once again. Scores Central's 2 goal 3, 15, leading South Adelaide 1 goal 6 behinds. Up they go. The Central Districts player come over the back and plucked it out of the air. Now Brogan picked it up. He can't get rid of it. Neither can Perry. They both go to ground. Central Districts fighting. They get it out now, and they'll come down this grandstand side wing. A punch from behind by Talbot. There they go again. South Adelaide. They're trying hard to get this out of the area. Picking the ball up now is David Threadgold. Oh, Central Districts running through hard. They're running in pack, Central Districts. Head down.
That was too high.
Oh, he ducked his head.
No, he did not.
He went down. He's bending over to pick up the ball. Oh.
And we haven't even got him in the budget, whoever that is. Number 1 for Central District's got no idea. Anyway, they go towards the forward pocket. The South Adelaide player bundled out of it far too easily. And there's about to be a throw-in left forward pocket for Central Districts.
Oh, I can't see anything on the other side there. You've got Lockwood and Crawshay going for the ruck. Lockwood does push, but Matthew Bishop comes over the top, and in comes 46 for Rigney, Damien Rigney, who centres the ball. And you've got the Central District's Shane N grabs it. He runs with it. He runs and runs nearly too far.
Whoa.
Goes over to. Oh, he gets knocked down.
And is taken out by Yves Sibonella.
He has, hasn't he? And you've got a player the other side of the ground there, and the Central District's player, and you've got Michael Stevens grabs the ball, but it gets locked up over there, and it's a ball up.
Ball up outer side wing. Crawshay once again and Lockwood. And, of course, the other ruckman for South Adelaide, he was there a minute ago. Chris Hall's in there and just meandering through the centre for South Adelaide as the ball's thrown in as Clay Sampson. Now, South Adelaide, into attack they go. Oh, he had no hope of getting
crunched by Biscuits.
Clay Sampson's got the ball. There's another player. I'll tell you what, Centrals are going in hard and Souths aren't shirking the issue at this stage of the game either. Ball on the outer side of the ground. About to be picked up by Mark Damasi, but unfortunately the ball beats Damasi out of bounds, and it's out of bounds right half forward flank for South Adelaide. South Adelaide kicking to the St Peter's Cathedral or scoreboard end. Ball thrown in, up they go. Grabbed out of the air by the Central Districts player. Handballed across to his teammate, but that's going to come unstuck. South Adelaide in there, and they'll hold the ball up. The umpire comes in outer side wing to bounce the ball.
You just got a wall of Central Districts player on the half forward flying for South, haven't you?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to, this tactic of flooding the back lines. A lot of coaches are using it now. Anyway, Central Districts with the ball. They'll go to the outer side wing. Under the ball is Clay Sampson. That was a hospital pass if ever I saw one. Now, he's after the ball again, Sampson. Gets the ball out to his teammate. That's Dean Talbot.
Clever
Beautiful
pick up
back
there.
turn by Talbot.
Threadgold.
Threadgold in towards centre half forward. They set themselves, but it's all Central Districts. They could have raffled it. They could have had a chook raffle, roll to smoke, and still taken the mark. Ball coming towards this side wing. Leading in the race for the ball is Shane Ellen for South Adelaide. He'll see it out of bounds.
Oh, he was happy for it to go out of bounds, wasn't he?
He was very happy for it to go out of bounds because he was hotly pursued by that number 1 for Central Districts. I've got to find out who he is.
The unidentified player.
This will drive me mad by the end of the game. Anyway, up they go. Central Districts in front. Got the tap, and they got rid of it like it was a hot potato. Shane Ellen once again with the ball. He goes across to Perry. Perry tried to shrug the tackle. Couldn't. The handball there across to Landorf. He gets it across a handball. They run into the open goal. South Adelaide. Mark Damasi into the open goal. And thank your mother for the rabbits. Damasi has put South Adelaide's second goal.
Oh, no.
Hang on, the umpire found a free.
The main umpire.
It was touched by Brogan.
Well, there you go. Touched off the boot. So
Mark Damasi is dirty.
He is absolutely filthy. And why wouldn't you be?
Brogan thought it was an alley-oop pass. He was going to slam dunk it.
Oh, well. Ball about to be kicked in by Central Districts. South Adelaide 1-1-7.
Terrible kicking.
2-3-15. And
you got the banker in Talbot.
Yeah, Dean Talbot with the ball. He's too far out to score. He's looking for options, but they're all covered. Central Districts have flooded the back lines exceptionally well. I'll tell you what, if that Central Districts player doesn't get away, he'll get pinged, and that is Chris Gowans. He should know better than that. South Adelaide go towards full forward. They pick the ball up.
This time, I do believe they've got a goal to Crayshaw.
It was a lovely goal off the pack, wasn't it?
Yes. And someone Crawshay size doing the roving, picked it up, thank you very much, and put it through. So there's another goal to South Adelaide through the agency of Simon Crawshay.
You almost got to give it to Alan Murray, who attacked the pack and the ball went to ground, and then it go a pass to Crawshay.
Yes, Alan Murray only 182 centimetres in height, but tell you, he's got a leap on him, Peter.
Leap like his brother.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they can both get off the ground, let me tell you.
Good aerial talents by the Murray boys, even though one of them's out on the field today.
Ball about to be bounced. Centre of the ground again.
Ellen directing traffic on the side on the wing.
Yeah. Shane Ellen telling everyone where they should go. The 22-minute mark of the first quarter. Up they go. Crawshay once again got it down. South Adelaide in hard. Talbot missed the ball. Should have been a free kick there to Chrissy Hall. Held when he didn't have it. He got the handball out anyway. Back to Talbot. Talbot goes across to Damasi. Damasi goes towards centre half forward. Crunched was the South Adelaide player, but Central Districts are running in packs. They come towards this side wing, and they got to do well to keep it in. They did so well. Sam McArdle kept it in, and
he's lost it. He's lost it.
That was an absolute disgrace.
What is Lockwood doing?
And the ball is out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, there was about 3 frees that could have been picked out there, but the umpires let them all go. Play on, says the umpire. Crawshay with his back to the players, so was Bowen Lockwood. The rucking done by 2 other players, picked up by Centrals there through Biscuits. Simon Arnott gets the handball out. Now Arnott, he's going to get it back, and a very deft left foot pass right to the centre of the ground, and is marked by his teammate there in James Gowans. Gowans goes towards centre half forward. Beautiful pass and hit him chest out, and that's Chris Gowans. Gowans turns around and goes towards full forward. The post is in the road again. All I can see is the ball hit the ground, so someone spoiled it. Play on. There's a kick towards goal for Central District.
Kick.
Picked up in the square, over the left shoulder, and that is true. And the player who kicked that goal,
we can't see his number.
Central Districts was Matthew.
He's just turning around now. I do believe that is...
I think it's Damien Hicks, the 150 gamer.
Oh, I do believe you're right.
Damien Hicks.
Number 14 for Centrals.
Yeah, Damien Hicks. Off the half-back, I think, thank you very much. 150 games off the half-back. He's moved right forward and he's kicked the goal.
That's the reason he's moved forward. He's followed Crawshay all the way down.
All the way down.
So that is very good playing by Hicks in not letting his player go. He's followed him all the way down the ground. He's got a goal out of it. Ball bounced in the centre of the ground. Up they go. Central Districts get the better of that, but it's picked up by the scouting South Adelaide players. They go towards full forward. Plenty of body work there. Here's David Morgan in. He gets the ball to the outer side wing. The mark taken there by Shane Ellen. Ellen goes towards the half-forward line. Leading in the race for the ball for Central Districts is David Threadgold. But the ball beats all and sundry. Out of bounds score here at the Adelaide Oval. Central Districts 3-3, 21. Leading Souths 2-1, 13.
Oh, we don't know who the number 4 player is for South Adelaide either, by the way.
No, we don't. Anyway, the ball's thrown in. Outer side wing. Central's leading the race for the ball. Now they pick it up on the outer side wing. He gets a handball away. Goes to his teammate there in... that's the other of the Gowans boys. They go towards full forward. Who's there to pick it up? South Adelaide defenders doing a still job. They come out with the ball. Oh, he almost dropped that, the South Adelaide player. Kick across goal again, and here's Shane Ellen.
Oh, no.
Oh, he pushed out of it.
He was pushed out
Call
of it.
that,
Play
umpire.
on, says the umpire. And with the ball now is Kimmy Cobb. Has one bounce. Have another bounce, son. Go for a run. Now he lets go.
He lifted his elbow.
And he was almost cleaned up there by the Central Districts player.
There was no contact at all.
There was no contact made at all, but...
Boys, I told you.
No reason to call that free kick at all.
Murray's got it down the ground over here.
Murray's got the free down the ground, goes across ground, picked up there by number 4 for South Adelaide, who we don't know. Oh, goes in towards full forward. Now, this is a wasted effort because Central Districts are going to clear it and clear it fairly easy now. They go towards the outer side half-back line. Now they're at the wing. This bloke wants to get rid of it in a hurry because he's about to be run down. Goes to the centre of the ground.
Good mark by Lockwood.
Taken there by Bowen Lockwood.
He's easing himself into this game, isn't he?
He is, and a 25-metre penalty. Lockwood was dropped after he marked it.
And it was Bishop that gave it to him, his teammate at the power.
So there you go. 25-metre penalty. He's still too far out to score, Bowen Lockwood. But there's players breaking for him everywhere. He wants it inside. And a beautiful pass and a good mark there taken by the Central Districts player in Marty McKinnon. Come down the ground and he absolutely hollered for it. And it was a good pass. Marty McKinnon took it in his outstretched fingers. And he will have a shot now from probably 35 metres out, slight angle.
Now, what a contrast. There is no one anywhere between him and the goals, and he's 35 metres out, whereas on the other side it's all crowded. He goes, he takes a shot for goal. It looks nice off the boot. It's touched on the line. No, it's grabbed. It's through for a point.
Marked just on the line there by Cobb for South Adelaide.
And Kimmy Cobb with the ball. Oh, no, it's a point.
It was a point.
Through for a point.
Oh,
Cobb
okay,
will kick out and come straight down the centre of the ground. That's the shortest way home.
Oh.
Up they go. Goes over the back of the pack and bounces through the centre. Play on, calls the umpire. Picked up there by Central Districts. They go towards the half-forward line. And a good mark taken there by Matthew Slade. Slade goes over the top. That was a hospital pass. Went higher than it did long.
Russell Lee with a handball by McArdle.
Yep, Central Districts have picked it up again. Outer side ground. They go into goal. And I think they've got it. That's a good goal there to Central Districts. Players who they just kept at it and kept at it, kept working. And do we know who it is?
Maybe Damien Hicks again.
No, I see Damien down the back line.
Damien's down the other side.
Well, that's one player out. Only 23 more to go. Just waiting till he turns around.
He's giving it a push and shove, and it is James Gowans.
It is James Gowans.
Yeah.
Very, very good player, James Gowans. Very talented player.
Interesting to note, Central's into the forward 50 13 times this quarter. South only 6.
That doesn't surprise me. At the 27.5-minute mark here at the Adelaide Oval, Central's 4-4. 28, leading South's 2-goal 1-13. Up goes the ball in the centre of the ground. Picked up there by South Adelaide. They get it across to Damasi. Damasi goes towards half forward. Murray there in front, pushed under the ball. About to be picked up by Perry. What can he do? Not a great deal. Gets around onto his left boot. A pass into Brogan. Put one hand up. You can't mark him with two, so how can he going to mark it with one? He gets it across to Perry. Perry goes deep into the pocket now. Picked up by Damasi. By Chris Hall, sorry. And it was fisted through by the Central Districts players. Takes South Adelaide on to 2-goal 2-14, trailing Central's 4-4-28.
Quinton Graham, good work in defence there. Just fisted the ball through when there were, I do believe, 2 South players after him. Clever work in defence.
And defender kick out from the Central Districts player, goes straight down the ground. He finds 2 options, and it's taken by the Central Districts player and the centre half back. He opens it up, and he goes to Hopgood. Heath Hopgood, quick pass on to Damien Hicks. He's having a blinder tonight for his 150th. It's out to the grandstand wing, and it's taken out. Matthew Bishop's after it for South Adelaide. Picked up by Chris Gowans, who passes it off. And he's found, who's he found in the other side?
That's McArdle. Up front. Doing well, McArdle in the forward lines for Centrals. Actually, the way he leads and attacks the ball in the air reminds me of old Mods, Tony Modra. Just the...
Just hasn't got the same locks, though.
That's true. Same colour hair, but not quite as long. But there's still time. Leading well at the ball and performing well in the air.
McArdle is very deliberate with this kick. He's about 40 metres out, virtually straight in front. No real angle to speak of. Has a nice run up towards it. Very flat,
helicopter
rumble punt, but somehow it goes through, doesn't touch any fingers. That is one of the worst kicks I've seen in a long time.
That's a shocker.
For a goal from 40 metres out.
The old helicopter punt. Now, Mark Damasi coming off for South Adelaide, and his place being taken by Andrew Stagg.
But the essential word there, goal, and that's all that matters.
That's it.
Doesn't matter how ugly it is, so long as it goes through the big white sticks, you'll be okay.
Takes Centrals to 5-goal 4-34, leading South Adelaide 2-14. Ball back in the centre of the ground. Ruckman stand there, waiting for the umpire to come in and bounce the ball. Brogan in ruck now. Crawshay having a spell. Down goes the ball. Up they go. South Adelaide through. Brogan got the tap down. Picked up by David Morgan. He got a quick left foot kick to no one in particular. And a mark taken by the Central Districts player there in David Lillico. Lillico goes towards the centre of the ground and finds his teammate in Tyson Hay. Hay plays on quickly with the left foot, goes towards the half-forward line. A big punch away from South Adelaide. Well, by South Adelaide, I should say. A disgraceful handball went straight to a Central Districts player. And there's 4 of them there. They could raffle this again, Central Districts. Play on calls the umpire. The South Adelaide supporters want holding the ball. There's Biscuit. Simon Arnott once again taking a mark and kicking towards centre half-forward. Centrals go long. They go high, wide.
Damien Hicks again.
Not too handsome, and Hicks is following the ruckman wherever they go, and he's giving himself plenty of opportunities to kick goals. That takes Centrals to 5-goal 4-34, leading South Adelaide 2-14 at the 31-minute mark of the first quarter here at Adelaide Oval. There's the kick out from South Adelaide. They favour the outer side of the ground. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Shane Ellen takes the mark. Handballs backwards. Now, why would you do that? He goes back to his teammate.
Because he hasn't got an option.
That's Dean Talbot. Talbot goes towards the half-back. He's back to where they started from. Kicks the ball down the outer side wing as the siren goes at quarter time. The scores here at the Adelaide Oval. Centrals 5-5-35, leading South Adelaide 2-14. Goal scorers in that quarter for Central District. Sam McArdle got 2, Damien Hicks 1, Rick McGowan 1, and James Gowans 1. For South Adelaide, a little bit of a different story. The 2 ruckmen, Simon Crawshay has got 1 and Dean Brogan has got 1. So that's the story here in the first quarter for us. And, of course, the player that went off on the stretcher was Clint Draper. And what did they say was wrong with him?
Only a dislocated kneecap, gentlemen.
What do you mean only?
Well, I mean, it's not too serious an injury. If it's like something like an ACL or anterior cruciate ligament, for those that don't understand abbreviations, should be on the sidelines for a couple of weeks. And number 4 for South Adelaide, John Hassel, ex-Collingwood player.
Johnny Hassel, ex-Collingwood player, yes. So he should put some life into the South Adelaide side. A good runner, Johnny Hassel. Ball up in the centre of the ground. Up they go. Crawshay got it down. And I'll tell you, Crawshay's hurt. He's standing in the centre of the ground. He looks like it's a groin. Yes, he's done a groin. Crawshay, and I'll tell you what, that is what South Adelaide do not need at this present time. Central Districts, it's with the ball, and Gowans, and there is someone standing right on their own, about 30 metres out, directly in front, and that is the other Gowans. It's Chris Gowans. It was kicked to him by his brother, and Chris Gowans will have a shot. We're right behind it here, Peter.
Yeah, we are right behind it. Chris Gowans picks up the old grass, throws it up in the air, see which way the wind's going. There is no wind there, Sunshine.
What wind? The only wind here is the hot air in the broadcast.
Takes a nice follow through and straight through the centre. That is a lovely kick by Chris Gowans, and it's a goal. And you can tell the Central Districts team this quarter are come out to play, that's for sure.
They have, and this is what I said at the end of the first quarter. If they happen to open this game up in the second quarter, you'll see South Adelaide. Now, South Adelaide really don't want Crawshay injured, but I'll tell you what, he doesn't look real good out the centre.
He's still holding his groin.
He's holding his groin, and he does look to have an injury. The runner hasn't gone out, or the runner can't go out to him just yet because the ball's in the centre square.
Why not just throw Bishop in the centre or something? But they've got to do something quick.
They've got the choice of Bishop or Brogan they can throw into the ruck, and they really don't want Crawshay to injure himself any more than he has injured himself. Anyway, ball down in the centre of the ground. Up they go, Crawshay again.
Oh, he didn't take it. Did not take it.
No, did not take it at all. He's hurt. And the ball goes towards centre half forward for South Adelaide. Good lead and almost a good mark pulled in. Murray with the ball. Now we'll see something exciting. Gets around onto the left boot, goes short in towards centre half forward. South Adelaide players running. He's caught with the ball. Got it. Should have been holding the ball, but it wasn't. Play on called the umpire. Murray's in there again. He's like a little fox terrier with a bone. And South Adelaide get the ball out. They come here through the former Collingwood player, Johnny Hassel. He goes with a handball towards centre half forward and cut off by Biscuits. Simon Arnott runs out of the fence and runs hard through the centre. He's looking for options up forward, and cutting in there for South Adelaide was Matthew Bishop. He spoilt the ball, picked up for Central District rather by Chrissy Gowans. Gowans gets onto the left boot, goes towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Shane Ellen's there. He shepherds off for his teammate and goes across there. Another kick out by, that was Dean Brogan with the ball. Brogan's in the back lines now. Got the ball to the other side wing. Picked up there by a player for South Adelaide. Handball across there now. Picked up by South Adelaide. They smother from Central Districts. Tremendous play in close by Central Districts. Play on's the call from the umpire. Out towards the half forward line. They go goalward. South Adelaide. Murray's there. And he couldn't mark the ball. It went through the left-hand side of the post. And a 1 point is the result. Central Districts 6-5, 41, leading South 2-3, 15.
Doing well in this early play of passage. South Adelaide into their forward 50 twice to Central's 1, but better return for Central's with the 1 goal in the second quarter.
It's taken out by the South Adelaide player, and you've got Central Districts now having it at centre half back, and he puts it into the centre, and you've got Simon Arnott, Biscuits, punches it through the centre. Oh, it's shepherded by the South Adelaide player. It should have been pushing the back, but no. Now Ricky McGowan's got the ball. He's got the run of the play. He's pushed onto the ball, and out comes, holding the ball by Marty McKinnon, but they won't play it. In comes the South Adelaide player through the agency of Landorf. Landorf passes it on and out here into the outer side, and it's taken out by the South Adelaide player in Dean Brogan.
Brogan caught it.
And Talbot's taken it. Talbot wants to play on. He doesn't find an option, but finally finds an option through to centre in the Threadgold. Threadgold takes a run with it. He doesn't look for anything. He just stabs it into the forward line, and too many Central Districts players, and they pass it off onto this outer side of play, and you've got Marty McKinnon again takes it.
Just barely went 10 metres that kick, probably 10.01 metres as the saying goes.
McKinnon comes down the grandstand side, and the South Adelaide players could have raffled it, and Dean Talbot left it for his teammate in David Threadgold. Threadgold with the ball comes towards the half forward line, and a good mark taken there by Johnny Hassel. He's running now. Hassel, he's running hard. He got the handball back, goes towards the half forward line, and a beautiful pass hit his teammate lace out. And the teammate I talk about, of course, was Dylan Stevenson, and Stevenson goes goalwards, and another mark taken there by South Adelaide. A good pass, Mark DeMarcy, and DeMarcy a natural left footer, so he's in the right pocket.
Clever play by Stevenson, natural right footer, gave it to a left footer. Clever thinking by footballs.
But he just went a little bit deeper into the pocket. Don't you think he would have been better off if he went through the centre? DeMarcy takes, he's gone on his right foot, he's check-sided, and he's put it through. You boys are telling me he's a left footer.
Yeah.
He is.
he was just being fancy. Something for the crowd as the Panther flags go up in the Sir Donald Bradman stand.
They haven't had much to go up for as today, let me tell you. South Adelaide, 6-goal 5-40. Sorry, Central 6-goal 5-41, leading South Adelaide 3-3-21. So the game is still alive. Very much alive here. There's only 5 minutes of the second quarter gone, you idiot. So there's still plenty of time left. Oh, what a stupid statement. I'll tell you what, I make them all the time, fanning them. When God handed out brains, I was standing behind the door.
The ball's taking quite a while to get back to the centre, so you can ad-lib it as much as you want there, John.
Oh.
It hasn't deflated again, has it?
I don't know. Well, the umpire wouldn't know. David Schwartz gave him a ball, pressed the end in, the umpire couldn't press it in. Schwarter could, though, but mind you, Schwarter's pretty strong.
Yeah, the big ox.
Anyway, ball back in the centre of the ground. The ruckmen have got cold now, waiting for the ball to come back. Ball about to be bounced. There it goes. Up go the ruckman. Getting the ruck for South Adelaide there is Brogan. Down to the teammate. They were feeding and pounced on the South Adelaide players. Now they're away. Through Johnny Hassel again. He gets the handball wide. Goes wide there to his teammate in Clay Sampson. Sampson's in trouble. Handball's back to the centre of the ground. They go towards full forward. That's better play from South Adelaide. And a good mark taken there by the Sarge. Ian Perry put those big hands up. And he's taken a mark in front of his Central District's opponent. Now he will kick from about 48 3/4 metres out.
No, 48 and a half.
Just inside the 50 anyway. And we'll see what he does with this. And if the South Adelaide players in the centre of the ground, and this is good to see, they're running around congratulating one another for that passage of play. Now all Perry has to do is make it count. He comes in over the ball, beautiful follow through. He's given it what for, but in trying for that extra distance, he's dragged it to one side. And one behind is the result. Central Districts 6-5-41, leading South 3-4-22.
Bit of a stutter in Perry's run-up, I noticed. He took 3 or 4 long steps and then just did a sort of hop, skip and a jump as he delivered the ball.
Pirouette.
Ballet move.
Top mark there from the Central Districts player. Put one hand up and, that was Lucas Cowan. No wonder it was a good mark. Pushed under it was Gowans, and Gowans takes the mark. And he handballs straight away. And towards centre half forward they go. The pack fly. Central Districts come out with the ball. A handball across to the teammate there. The runner is Simon Arnott. Biscuits goes towards centre half forward. And has found James Gowans. And
how many Gowans, McGowans and Cowans are there in this team?
Too many.
James Gowan, he's going to line this up for sure. You got again, they're leaving the forward line open. The Central Districts players, they know where it's at. He's going to line up, and he's probably had a good look at the scoreboard with 3 goals down, or 3 goals up rather. Takes a kick, goes underneath it again, but the goal umpire does not move. Does a back bender, which they're not allowed to do, and signals a goal. Another good goal to the Central Districts team. They are 7 goals 5 to South Adelaide 3 goals 4.
And interesting to know that their 2 goal scorers in this quarter have been the Gowans brothers.
Okay, just half-time too, gentlemen, in the AFL match over there across the border. And we've got the Western Bulldogs 7-11-53 leading the Melbourne Demons 6-5-41. Half-time scores. Bulldogs 7-11-53 and the Demons, Melbourne Demons 6-5-41.
The Central Districts ruckman play on South Adelaide. I'll tell you what, they've come out with a bit of endeavour this quarter, and leading in the race for the ball is Clay Sampson. He picks the ball up, goes over the top, picked up there by Damasi. Chrissy Hall it was, goes towards centre half forward. They're running onto the ball. They can't, though. Central Districts have bottled it up. They handball it out. They're still not out of trouble, Central Districts. Play on's the call by the umpire. And this post has got in the road again. I'm going to end up with a crink in my neck by the end of this game. Then Central Districts come towards this side wing through Arnott. A good handball across to his teammate there. And getting the run of the ball this time is Heathy Hopwood. Hopwood goes towards centre half forward. Under the ball, Central Districts player. Play on calls the umpire. And Central Districts have got the run of the ball now. South Adelaide are going to get it out. And, he marked and played on there. Bit of foolish play there from the South Adelaide player, and of course that was Damien Rigney. Rigney goes across to Talbot.
No, he hasn't.
Talbot, Threadgold it was. Threadgold goes to Talbot, back to Threadgold. Oh, Murray, good spoil from behind.
Well done.
And the ball out of bounds on the right half forward flank for South Adelaide, and that was some good play then from South Adelaide coming down the grandstand wing.
Clever work by Alan Murray to keep the ball towards South's attacking 50, which they've been in nearly double the times as Centrals.
Ball thrown in, almost in front of us. Well, it's in front of the pole. Anyway, let me tell you. Picked up, And absolutely flattened was Johnny Hassel when he got rid of that, but play on to the umpire. It comes out now towards Murray. He can't bend over and pick it up. Now he does. He's on the ground. He's going to hold the ball in the area. That's good play, Murray. And he's held the ball. He's pinged the central.
Of course he was. He ducked. It was holding the ball.
Yeah, it's true, Peter. Prior opportunity to get rid of the ball there.
He just wanted to keep it in there. He had every opportunity to get rid of the ball, and that's why Murray kept at it. Murray, it'd be 45 to 50 metres out on a fairly acute angle in this right forward pocket. It is a fairly square pocket here at Adelaide Oval if you get caught. He's found someone in the centre. Overshoots the mark, or has he? And it's kicked out through the boundary.
They trail 3-4, 22, trailing Centrals 7-5, 47. Ball thrown in. Dean Talbot doing the rucking. He got it down to his teammate there in Clay Sampson, and Clay Sampson unfortunately couldn't hook it around far enough and has kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Interesting to note, Damien Arnold is on and Lucas Cowan is off.
And Central's kicking across the goal there, and the mark taken by Damien Arnold. Damien Arnold goes to the outer side of the ground, and now they go down the wing. They're looking for Simon Arnott, but hopping in front is Heath Hopwood. Takes a good mark too, and calling out for the handball, but not getting it was Damien Hicks. Hicks running down the ground again. Centrals go towards the centre of the ground. Here they go again, picked up by Arnott. He goes towards centre half forward, pushing the back by the Central District's player, goes unnoticed. He's still got it in front of him though. He's going to pick it up now. That's Hopwood. Gets it across to his teammate.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
Where are they going now? South Adelaide. Clay Sampson's got a clear run in.
He's run too far.
He's run too far, but the umpire said no, he hasn't.
He ran too far.
And Clay Sampson puts it straight through the high diddle right over the goal umpire's head. And there's a sausage roll to South Adelaide. South Adelaide trail 4-4, 28. And Central's 7-5, 47.
Even though there was an infringement on the rules there by Clay Sampson, it was good attack on the ball to follow it along the centre wing here in front of us in the grandstand, and kept on running and forgot to bounce the ball.
If he's a real estate agent, I'm going to buy some property off this guy. That's only 10 metres.
And they've just put the score up on the scoreboard for the Melbourne match. Melbourne 6-5 are trailing the Western Bulldogs 7-11. So that's the latest score from the AFL. Of course, Davo back in the studio. We'll have another score update at half-time. What a wonderful job he does in there too, Davo. Up goes the ball. Dean Talbot goes through, but he forgot to take the ball with him. And South Adelaide lead in the race for the ball. Central Districts try to go off the ground. Oh, he threw it out then, the Central Districts player. And, of course, that was James Gowans. They go towards full forward, picked up on the lead. A handball across, comes across now to the number 4, who Brownie picked up who it was.
That was
a mark taken by the South Adelaide player. He was dropped after he got rid of it. And a 25-metre penalty. Oh, I'll tell you what, you'll lose this in a minute, Clay. No, should have been reversed then, because Clay Sampson actually run into him. Anyway, Chris Gowans comes back to the centre of the ground, almost to the centre square. Clay Sampson with the ball, very lethargically, goes short, and finds Johnny Hassel. Hassel handballs off. They go towards centre half forward. Over the top of the player again. Central Districts on that outer side wing. Picked up there by Bowen Lockwood. Lockwood wastes no time. Goes towards full forward. It's out at centre half forward now. Running into the open goal. Getting a handball there for them is Michael Stevens. He goes high, wide, and not too handsome, let me tell you. It's about as ugly as me.
He's out in the full this way on the right forward pocket here at the grandstand side, and it's brought in by Dean Talbot, is it? And it's taken by the South Adelaide player, and it's over the boundary line on this forward pocket here.
Ball in front of the grandstand on the half-forward line for Central Districts. Now going back to do the ruck work is Dean Brogan for South Adelaide, and coming in is Bowen Lockwood. They lock hands. It's not Bowen Lockwood, it's Damien Arnold. They lock hands. The ball down on the ground and pushed out of bounds again. Thrown in almost in the same position. Brogan and Damien Arnold go back once again to do battle. They stand shoulder to shoulder, lock arms. Umpires watching them very, very closely. There's the throw in. Brogan worked his way to the front and actually tapped it down to Arnold, who stood behind him. And the ball grabbed by Johnny Hassel. Got rid of it very, very quickly. And the ball out of bounds. And the boundary umpire hasn't moved too far. I think he's thrown it in 3 times within about 10 metres of the same place. Boundary umpire about to throw it in at the 15.5-minute mark of the second quarter. And up they go again. Brogan once again doing the ruck work. They get it down now. The Central Districts player had plenty of time to get rid of it, but play on is the call. Brogan bent over like a rover then. Picked up by Dean Talbot. Talbot streams out of the back line, goes towards the centre of the ground. And a good mark taken there. No, he played on, and the good mark taken there for South Adelaide. The work was undone. That was Dylan Stevenson. And Stacks on the mill, and the umpire comes in and says, "I'll bounce it, fellas."
And Brogan's gone and told Stevenson what to do with it.
Well, it was a bit of foolish play because he was surrounded by 3 of the opposition players. Anyway, ball up. Not the best bounce you've ever seen. Talbot being held on to. Play on, says the umpire. Picked up there by Central Districts. A handball across to Gowans. Chrissy Gowans runs in. Handballs across to his teammate and to his brother, I think.
Yep,
and, James Gowans. And James Gowans pops through his second for the quarter. And that gives Central Districts a little bit more breathing space.
Chris Gowans had the run of the ball. He probably should have gone for it. Was on his left foot and only 25 metres out running towards goal, but unselfishly gave it off.
Brotherly love, they call it.
Yes, well played by the Gowans boys for Central's. 3 out of Central's 8 goals for the half. And the score now, Central's 8 goals, 5, 53, I do believe that is, to South's 4-4.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. About to be bounced. Doing the ruck for Central Districts, Damien Arnold. Brogan got over the top of him. And the ball down, picked up now by Johnny Hassel. Hassel swings onto that left boot, goes towards full forward. Central Districts players up. There's a South Adelaide player down. It was Murray. Murray goes towards full forward, and it's out of bounds on the John Bull.
And Paul Meekins, the former Wirreanda lad, on for his first run this evening for South Adelaide.
Wirreanda High School, is it?
Certainly is.
Ball about to be kicked in the left.
by the spectator.
By the spectator. Yes. Kicked it to the umpire, and the umpire handballs back.
You'd reckon South want to put him in a blue and white jersey. He'd probably do better than some of the players on the field.
That's a bit rough, Matt.
Ball about to be kicked in. Mark taken by Murray. Murray plays on into the open goal. And says,
how do you do that?
Thank you very much. I'll tell you what.
No.
Has he got some ability, Alan Murray? And he just read the ball brilliantly off the pack.
Over the ruckman. Over the ruckman. He took it over the ruckman. I don't believe that.
We told you he had some aerial talent.
He is. The Murray boys are absolutely sensational when they're on song. And that was just one of the things they can do. He followed the ball up, tapped it over the top of the ruckman, picked it up into the open goal and said, yibbity-yibbita, that's all.
Oh, Rexy, you're here. They seem to be keeping in touch, though, South Adelaide, don't they?
They do, and to their credit, they're battling this right out. Centrals haven't been able to open it right up yet. And to South's credit, they've kept in it. Down goes the ball again. Up they go. And Brogan got the tap down. Picked up by Johnny Hassel, or he kicked it off the ground to Talbot. Talbot wants to get rid of it in a hurry. He thinks he's sitting behind the office desk in the bank, but he's got a free kick for a push in the back. Someone grabbed the banker's chair. And Dean Talbot with the ball, centre-half back. They're screaming for it on this side wing. He's got 3 or 4 players, and he elects to go to Chrissy Hall. Hall has one bounce. Get rid of it, son.
Definitely too high, but he held the ball too long.
He nearly had his head pulled off.
That was a little bit over 15 metres, and he was lucky to get the above-the-neck decision.
And he didn't get the ball back on the full either. But anyway, he's going to take the kick, goes towards Talbot once again, and Talbot will steady the play. A long, sweeping handball across to the other side of the ground where it's taken by Brendan McKeough. McKeough goes towards centre-half forward. They're in the ban again. Here's Murray onto that left boot. Goes towards full forward. They fly. Up they go. Perry missed it. And he was that far up, he needed a parachute to come down. Central Districts come to the grandstand side of the ground now, and they'll clear. McGowan with the ball. He goes towards Biscuits. Simon Arnott, the former Geelong boy, comes down the grandstand wing. A good pass. The Central Districts player should have made ground there to pick it up, and he didn't. That was Yves Sibanella. And the handball across. South Adelaide are going to get out of trouble again through the agency there of Jason Landorf. He goes towards the half-forward line, and a good mark taken by, and then he was pushed into the fence by number 21 for South Adelaide, and that's the constabulary, Ian Perry. He goes towards full forward. Up they go. The ball hits the deck. This is where Murray should be. And the ball hits the deck. And so did that pole again. Central District's about to clear the ball. No, play on, said the umpire. He gets it across to Clay Sampson, not the umpire, the other South Adelaide player. Clay Sampson goes towards full forward, but Central District's back. They could have raffled that. Now they're going to go to the outer side of the ground. They've created the loose player. Chrissy Hall jumped straight into his rib cage then when he took the mark, the Central District's player. But at least he slowed play up. That was good play then by Hall. Now Central's, they've got loose players everywhere on the outer side of the ground, and they're going to swing the ball towards centre half forward. On one-on-one competition, South Adelaide player goes the punch, does it well, coming through the centre of the ground. Central Districts once again leading in the race for the ball for South Adelaide. There is Kim Cobb. He gets the ball out on that trusty left boot towards the other side of the ground, and a mark taken there by Crawshay. Bishop it was, yeah. Bishop goes towards the centre of the ground. Mark taken by South Adelaide there. But it's Landorf again. He's had a few possessions in the last 5 minutes. Landorf goes towards the outer side wing once again. That's Crawshay. He's taken the mark on the outer side wing. Sizing up his options. Comes towards the centre of the ground and finds his teammate there in Todd Steele. Steele goes forward towards centre half. Oh, good lead by Murray. And he took a great mark with his hands outstretched. Goes across to Talbot. Talbot towards full forward. No luck there for South Adelaide. Now they'll have a bit of luck. On the ground, the ball picked up by Perry. He got the handball out. Oh, handball to his mate. Put him straight under pressure. Picked up there by the running South Adelaide player in towards goal. And no, it hasn't. It's come back into play. Central's wanted out of play. That's deliberate.
That is deliberate. Oh, thrown in.
Well, the Central District's player had one intention there, and that was to go for the boundary. Ball about to be thrown in right side forward pocket for South Adelaide. Ruckman about to do duel. Murray, he's very, very close. He's in on the ground waiting for the tap down. Picked up there by Johnny Hassel. Hassel goes goalwards from the pocket. Thank you very much. He's missed.
I was going to say that angle is too tight to kick a goal. I don't care who you are. There's only one person and he's upstairs.
Peter Dacos.
Didn't he used to wear number 5 for Geelong? Oh, that's what Storky would say.
Peter Dacos could kick them. Anyway, Central District's kick out. They go towards the outer side of the ground. I'll tell you what, they've got men running everywhere. There's more loose men than a Yatla jailbreak out there, fair dinkum. And they're all got red, white and blue Guernseys on. Central Districts, they're up to centre half forward already. They go towards full forward. Marty McKinnon on the lead and hits him right on the feathered nest. And Sammy McArdle, sorry, what am I thinking? McKinnon.
Although he does look a lot like McKinnon, doesn't he, with those locks?
He does, and he'll kick from probably 45 metres out. Slight angle, the angle shouldn't worry him. And Central District's on the scoreboard at this present time, 8-5, leading South Adelaide 5-5-35. McArdle comes in. Not what you'd call the best looking kick, but it's going to get results. It's going to be touched on the line. And through for 1.
No, it's being
given a goal.
I mean, these kicks are not going. I can't believe it. That was another helicopter kick, and in through a goal. There was 14 players on the line that could have touched it, and we thought they did, but it went through for the goal. The goal umpire stood his ground. The all clear was given by the central umpire, and in through for a goal for Sam McArdle. How many Sam McArdle kicked?
That's
so
given him 3 for the game, and James Gowans has got 3.
You have to say Sam has played a good game so far.
Yeah, there were a few, like you said, about 14 players in the goal square. Dean Brogan remonstrating with the umpire that he touched it before the line, but man in white is always right.
And holding the ball there, decision going against South Adelaide. It goes across to Johnny Hassel. Hassel handballs to Hall, running past him. Oh, not a good pass, but they're in it again. South Adelaide, they're in strong. And that was Stevenson. He handballed across the top, a shot at goal. They're getting back, Central Districts. They're getting back in their droves. And a mark there taken by, I think it's Hicks.
Well played by the 150 gamer.
Hicks goes to the outer side of the ground, and a mark taken there by his Central Districts teammate in Brenton Daniel. Daniel from the half-back line goes towards the wing, and another good mark taken there by the Central. You got to hold them the other way, you idiot. Fair dinkum.
We're working out the binoculars here.
We've got enough trouble picking out numbers here, and Peter Clemente picked the binoculars up and sized up the small end, like they looked like they were playing down on the riverbank.
Oh, gee.
And Central District going towards goal. He picked up the ball there. South Adelaide trying desperately to get it out. Talbot will. He'll get it out towards centre half back. Picked up there by Johnny Hassel. He's covered more ground than Burke and Will since he's been on the ground. Across to Crawshay. Now Crawshay's going to do something unusual here. He's going to sprint out of the back lines and kick it straight to a Central Districts player. Absolutely sensational. And that, of course, was Quinton Graham. Graham goes back towards centre half forward. Up they go. In front, South Adelaide. The long arms of it's not Clint Draper, it's Jason Rowe.
Dean Brogan for his second mark of the game. And now he's got a 25-metre penalty.
Yeah, 25-metre penalty there. Brogan with the ball. That brings him well inside the centre square. And what does he do? He handballs off to Threadgold. Threadgold comes to the grandstand side over the head of the man it was meant for. And a good mark taken there by Central Districts through fighting Harada. Brian Harada, he'll get it back now. He handballed off, gets it back. A deft little pass and goes straight there and hits Matthew Slade on the chest. Slade wastes no time, plays in towards centre half forward. And Brogan has taken another grab.
Number 3.
Absolutely unbelievable. And he's looking to handball it off.
He's showing us up this quarter, Dean Brogan, already 3 marks, so he's doing better.
What do you mean us? He's showing you up. A good kick towards centre wing. And there's the local constabulary. Ian Perry put those big hands up and said, you're under arrest, ball. And took the mark.
The boys in blue doing well here.
Yeah.
Blue, that is South Adelaide this quarter.
Ian Perry. Long raking left foot kick towards centre half forward. Brogan sets himself, was punched away from behind. Here they go again, South Adelaide towards Chrissy Hall. Chrissy Hall goes long, high, wide and not too handsome again. And 1 point is the result on the scoreboard here at the Adelaide Oval. Central's 9-goal 5-59, leading South Adelaide 5-goal 6-36. You're listening to Coast FM local football here on 88.5 at the 26.5-minute mark of the second quarter. South Adelaide once again through Murray. They go towards full forward. They set themselves. The South Adelaide player held when he didn't have the ball. And the umpire said, I've seen that. And getting the free kick now.
That's Shane Ellen, a man who has a lot of experience at kicking goals in the full forward line.
Is Shane Ellen, yes, he does.
And out of the full forward line. He's got a bit of range on him, this lad, but only around 30 metres away from goal. Should put it straight through the middle.
And don't say, you put the mockers on him. Shane Ellen
he
comes
will,
in.
you watch.
Although he only took a little stab at it, but it did go straight through the centre.
There you go.
Congratulated. And Damasi, who's also dirty on him because he wanted to run on and play on, also congratulates Shane Ellen. And Shane Ellen does run back through the centre to the back line, so he followed his player as well.
So there's still plenty of life in this game leading up to half-time, the 27.5-minute mark of the second quarter here on local footy with Coast FM. Central's 9-goal 5-59, leading South Adelaide 6-6-42. Ball transferred back to the centre of the ground. The umpire comes in with the air-inflated conveyance and says, we'll have a bounce, which is good because that's what he's supposed to do. Down goes the ball. Up they go. Brogan off. Brogan's found an extra spring in his step now. He's taken a couple of marks. Got it down there to the player running past, and that was Todd Steele. Steele goes with the left boot. I'll tell you, South Adelaide want to realise that the quickest way to goal is down the corridor instead of going the way they're going. They're right on the outer side of the ground, and the ball out of bounds on the left half forward flank for South Adelaide.
Brogan showing his basketball experience this quarter, doing very well in the ruck in Simon Crawshay's absence. And it's good to see a better performance from the big fella for South Adelaide.
Now there's a ruck infringement. Of course, the infringer was Damien Arnold towards full forward.
Oh, Ellen dropped the chest mark.
Bounced off his chest and he can't regain the ball. Picked up by Simon Arnott. Now he'll run this ball right down the outer side wing, which he does, towards the half forward line of Central Districts. Picked up there by Gowans. He gets the ball across to his teammate there in McKinnon. McKinnon goes towards full forward. Out on the lead there, McArdle. McArdle's got the ball. He can't do anything with it. Running through. Oh, the Central Districts player ridden into the ground. Play on, said the umpire. Kicked over the top of their heads. South Adelaide lead in the race for the ball as the siren goes for half-time. The score here at half-time, Central Districts 9-goal 5-59, leading South Adelaide 6-6-42. A 3-goal ball game here at half-time. The goal scorers for the second half for Central Districts. Sam McArdle got 1. Chris Gowans got 1, and James Gowans got 2 for Central Districts. And for South Adelaide, Shane Ellen got 1, Mark Damasi got 1, and Clay Sampson got 1, and also Alan Murray. How could we forget his goal? So South Adelaide still in this. Is a 3-goal ball game here. at the Adelaide Oval. Your comments for the second quarter, Matt?
Well, it's good to see Clint Draper actually
Leading the Melbourne Demons, 9 goals, 5-59. Let's go back to the boys at the Adelaide Oval.
Thanks, Davo. Yes, go the Bulldogs. And, of course, we're talking about sponsors. We can't forget XL Rent-A-Car and XL Service Centre. They give us a $50 voucher each week for the player that we decide is best on the ground according to the commentary team, and that is to be taken either off the hire of a rental car, or if they're going to have the car service down there, it is at 237 Richmond Road, Richmond. Now, the siren has just blown to get underway here for the third quarter, and Rick McGowan's is wearing number 1 now for Central Districts. Up they go. Talbot's got the ball. He gets it across to Johnny Hassel. Hassel goes down as he's kicked, but the ball on the other side of the ground. The 2 number 1s going for it, Morgan and McGowan's. Down on the outer side of the ground, South Adelaide come up with the ball. The handball across to Dean Talbot. Talbot with the ball now, goes long on the left foot, goes towards centre half forward. Murray's lurking down in front, but the mark was taken by Central Districts there through the agency of Heath Hopwood. Hopwood now comes towards the centre of the ground, and the mark taken by Damien Arnold. Arnold comes towards the wing, and getting under it, Johnny Hassel. Beaten in the run for the ball by Gowans. Gowans goes with the right foot towards centre half forward. Picked up there by South Adelaide through the agency there of Damien Rigney. Rigney handballed it across to his teammate up towards centre half forward. The South Adelaide player was up before acceptances. The ball now to Johnny Hassel. Hassel's made a difference since he come onto the ground. He gets the ball to Sampson. Sampson just outside 50, lines up. There's a South Adelaide player on his own in the goal square. He takes the mark.
Paul Meekins.
And South Adelaide, Paul Meekins has got the first goal for the third quarter for South Adelaide. And that brings them naturally a goal closer. What a thing to say. And it is Central Districts 9-5-59, South's 7-6-48.
Good play there by Clay Sampson on the boundary line. Just dodged out of the way of Martin McKinnon, who flew straight past him, straightened up onto his right and delivered the ball perfectly to Meekins, who slammed it through the goalposts.
Now we're back into the centre of the ground here. We've got Rick Gowans taking the ruck for it's Damien Arnold, along with the South Adelaide player in Simon Crayshaw, or is it Dean Brogan? Brogan and Arnold taking acceptances for the ruck. The umpire takes the ball. It's ready to bounce. Not looking for any yellow light tonight because there's no TV coverage. Bounce the ball cleanly. It does go. No, it goes one way. So Damien Brown is Arnold rather is glad to take that, and he passes on to his teammate who sends it forward. And Bowen Lockwood wants to take a one-hand grab, passes it on to Michael Stevens, who misses it completely, and sees Damasi there, who puts it through the centre, and Chris Hall's taken. He takes it a run. He passes it off to Clay Sampson, who takes a shot from 40 yards out, running through and cleaned through the goals. Great work from the half-back flank, and I'd have to say that Bowen Lockwood went a little bit special and got nothing.
He certainly did, Peter. Yep, that's the second goal of South Adelaide this quarter. They've come out, they mean business, and as we know, the third quarter is the premiership quarter. I don't know what Greg Anderson said to them down there at half-time, or the ball Bagwin, of course, Johnny Griffin, the skills coach down there. I'll tell you what, I know what Griffin has done. He's got the polish out for the head. Fair dinkum, he was standing under the light before and I couldn't see a thing. Anyway, ball back in the centre of the ground, and South Adelaide have come out firing on all cylinders. Thank you very much. They're Brogan in the centre of the ground there with Damien Arnold. Up they go. Brogan's got an extra spring in his step again. Up they go. He's got it again. He's picked it up like a rover, Brogan. Across to Arnott. Sorry, not Arnott. Central Districts have got the ball. Now Arnott's got the ball for Central Districts after that passage of play. South Adelaide desperately want to keep it in there. McGowan with the ball. Gets it out to his teammate there, number 31 for Central Districts. And that is Paul Geister. That's his first touch for the night. They go towards centre half forward with a big torpedo. And great mark taken there by David Threadgold. Threadgold with the ball, sizes up his options. Has he got many of them? No, he hasn't, so he goes straight down the centre and puts it down the throat of Mad Dog Morgan. David Morgan with the ball. Johnny Hassel singing out for it inside the square, but Morgan should go long. He goes to the outer side of the ground. Who's out there? And Brogan has made his way to the outer side of the ground. They go towards half forward. A mark taken by Perry. Perry's a long way out from goal. He's going to have to size up his options now. Looks across. He's the best part of 70 metres out. He's wanting a lead. He can't get one, though. Now he's just going to go long, high, wide and handsome. in towards the goal square. Up they go, fisted away by South Adelaide. Derek Murray's in there. He's on the bottom of the pack. It comes out towards centre half forward. Brogan panicked when he got the ball in his hand. He didn't know what to do with it. Stacks on the mill. The umpire comes in and says, "You're holding it, son. You have Fairningham hatched it."
That's correct. Talbot dragged it in underneath him and just sat on the ball. Central District free kick.
Anyway, they come to this side wing, and the mark taken for Central Districts by Biscuits, the former Geelong boy. Simon Arnott goes towards the half-forward line. A mark there taken by Marty McKinnon. He gets onto the left boot, goes towards centre half-forward. South Adelaide leading the race for the ball. They are Fairningham desperate, South Adelaide. He could go for holding the ball. No, play on is the call. The Central Districts player tries to break free, and he's called play on again. Centrals are going to come out with this all right. Now through the agency of number 27 for South Adelaide, David Treadgold, captain reliable. They go towards centre half back. Here's the banker, Dean Talbot. He's off out of the back lines. Morgan with the ball in the centre square, gets onto that left boot, goes long towards half forward, and a good mark taken there for South Adelaide by Ian Perry, the constable. He goes into the goal square, vacant goal square, one-on-one, getting in front. Clay Sampson couldn't take the mark. They go towards the outer side now, Central Districts, and they will relieve the pressure. Here's Arnott again. He's playing a bottler in this third quarter so far. He goes down the outer side of the ground, and on the other side wing finds Chrissy Gowan. Chrissy Gowan goes towards centre half forward, and a mark. No, a free kick has been paid to the Central Districts player in McGowan. McGowan with the ball, just forward of the centre. Goes back, goes long towards centre half forward. Central Districts lead in the race for the ball, and there's a good mark to Sam McArdle. Flattened after he took the mark. He gets up, spits the dirt and the turf out of his gob, and goes back to take a deliberate shot.
Sam McArdle tonight is definitely the go-to man. He had three options. He had McKinnon, he had McArdle, he had McDuff. He had them all. Brian Narada didn't want to go for a dip there, but McArdle's going to line it up. He wants to look for goal. It looks like he's goal hungry tonight, but that's his job, definitely, to be out there and kicking goals. McKinnon is, I think he looks lazy out there, McKinnon on the sidelines over there, but McArdle lines it up for a goal. He's 45-degree angle, probably about 40 yards out. He kicks underneath it, but it goes through the centre. A nice goal. They look like they're kicking underneath the ball tonight. It could be the night, but it is going through, isn't it?
News from the interchange bench for South Adelaide. Ellen off and number 30, Stag on.
Ellen off, Stag on.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
The Stags on.
South Adelaide ringing the changes, and that goal Central Districts needed it just to stem the flow.
Definitely. It almost looks like South Adelaide don't want to win, though. They get too close by, and then you get a couple of players like Talbot and their number 26 and Dean Brogan, who just didn't know what to do with the ball in their centre half forward area.
Yeah. Oh, well, they'll learn eventually. In the centre of the ground there now, directing the troops is Chrissy Hall. We've got Damien Arnold in ruck for Centrals, and Brogan for South. Brogan got up high, tried to get the ball down to Chris Hall. He'll get it now. Hall gets onto that left boot, goes towards centre half forward with the Central Districts player out in front. And that was Craig Cotter. He got the ball across to centre wing. They play on Central Districts through the centre of the ground. A good mark taken there by Heath Hopwood. Hopwood goes long towards McArdle again, and McArdle spoilt from behind. Here's coming out of defence now, South Adelaide through the agency there of Clay Sampson. Missed what he should have taken there, and leading in the race for the ball. Central Districts, they'll try and keep this in, but the ball's out of bounds.
Central District doing well to keep the ball in their forward 50. 4 Centrals players after the ball, and it was only Chris Hall from South Adelaide who had the guts from South Adelaide to take care of business.
Ball thrown in. Up they go. Brogan in front.
Infringement in the ruck. Free kick to McArdle.
So
how did he get in the ruck?
It's our friend McArdle who's got a kick, and it's a 25-metre infringement as well. McArdle's going to go for home again and take the money. And this is a good 25 metres, isn't it?
Certainly is. Quite possibly his 5th goal coming up for Sam McArdle. Well played this game.
That's right.
Maybe in line for the XL Rent-A-Car player of the match.
Another 4 goals over the next quarter and a half, and he'll get it, that's for sure. All the Water boys are coming out, so they're very confident that McArdle's going to kick the goal. He's being very deliberate. I think he remembered his last shot goal, got a little bit of a in and under, so he's running up towards, very deliberate and straight, and kicks it right through the centre. Still a little bit wobbly, but it goes through the centre. There might be a bit of swirl there, but I can't see any wind. Don't look at me like that, Johnny.
A bit of swell. That's what you talk about out in the water.
Look, over there you got the big church there. I think that's where you need to go in a minute.
St Peter's Cathedral it is.
Leave St Peter's alone.
No, it's swirl, not swell.
Swirl.
Yeah, the surf's up at Adelaide Oval.
I still want to know whether these lights go up and down, but look, the turf looks really good. It's a bowling green out here.
Yes.
Central Districts go on to 11 goal 5-71, leading South Adelaide 8-6-54. Ball back in the centre of the ground with the central umpire. Up they go. Brogan up high, but he was beaten for it that time by Damien Arnold. Arnold got the ball down to Arnott. Arnott runs towards centre half forward, and the South Adelaide player there tackled fairly hard. Play on calls the umpire. South Adelaide desperate to get this out and run it down to the forward line again. Dean Talbot comes through. He couldn't take the ball. The ball goes back towards centre half back. Almost a mark taken there for South Adelaide. They come out onto this side of the ground. David Threadgold down the grandstand wing.
Take another
goes
bounce.
around one.
Quick.
Have another
Oh,
bounce.
too far, umpire.
Make a name for yourself. He almost did. And Chrissy Hall will find this out of bounds. And that's exactly where South Adelaide want it. Out of bounds on the left half forward flank.
Clever play by Heath Hopwood, as he has done all game to keep the ball, to keep the ball in control there.
Clever play. He walked it out.
Yeah, that's clever.
clever.
He's thinking football.
Central Districts with the ball. Underground handball there. Comes out to Arnott. He'll be the last to receive it as he runs through the centre of the ground. Goes towards the edge of the centre square. Up they go. South Adelaide player should have taken the mark. He missed it. Here's Chris Gowans running through the centre of the ground. Short pass in towards McArdle. He got well spoiled by the South Adelaide fullback. He under plenty of pressure.
He's ran into...
Play on calls the umpire. He was absolutely ridden into the ground. The only thing they didn't have on him was a saddle. And the ball comes towards the half back line for South Adelaide.
Takes out his own player.
Or the half forward line for Centrals, whichever you like. They don't know what to do with it. And now Gowans, he'll know what to do with it. He goes towards centre half forward. McArdle in front. He's getting molested from behind by the South Adelaide fullback, and South Adelaide try to put it out of bounds. It's picked up now by Kimmy Cobb. Kimmy Cobb goes to the outer side of the ground. Johnny Hassel, you've got plenty of room to run, son. And he goes long down towards the half forward line, but to no one in particular. And a mark there for Central Districts taken by Damien Hicks. Hicks with the ball now, comes towards the centre of the ground, and another mark taken there for Central Districts, and the player that took that mark was Quinton Graham. Graham goes directly across goal. That's not real smart play, but it comes off on this stage, and Paul Geister with the ball. Geister comes down in front of the grandstand. Oh, you can see that happening. Murray was running straight then and run straight into him after he marked, and that was Hicks again. Hicks goes long towards the half forward line. They set for it over the back, Central Districts. Kimmy Cobb with the ball, and he handballs the ball out of bounds, and the umpire says throw it in. Evidently they don't pay deliberates here. It's only in the AFL, and they wonder why the umpires fear for their safety. The ball about to be thrown in. Up they go. Brogan over the top. He actually got it down to the ground. The ball's on the ground. Brogan's in there like a little fox terrier, or a big fox terrier. And the ball goes out the back now to South Adelaide, picked up by David Threadgold, captain reliable. He goes towards the outer side of the ground, and probably the oldest player on the ground, Dean Talbot, has to give chase. He's outrun by the Central Districts player. They get it towards number 45 for Central Districts as Heath Hopwood. He gets it across to Simon Arnott. They go inside 50 now. They go long. They go high, but not too handsome. A mark taken by Central Districts player right on the line.
That was Simon Arnott.
No, it was over the line.
It was over the line, according to the umpire.
Another behind to Centrals. That's the about the third line ball decision that's happened here tonight at Adelaide Oval.
I'm not going to say anything anymore. Every time I say it's gone through, someone marks it. Anyway, South Adelaide about to kick out through the agency there of David Threadgold. He'll do the kicking out. And speaking of old players, goes to the other side of the ground to his teammate there in Dean Talbot. Talbot goes short and finds Brogan. Brogan handballs back to Talbot. Oh,
he's caught.
Talbot's going to get himself in all sorts of trouble here. Play on calls the umpire. Out to Brogan again. The handball comes through there. Picked up now by Chris Hall. Hall goes to the outer side wing, and a mark taken there by Kim Cobb. Cobb with the ball. Steadies up. Looks at his options. What's he got? Not much. Comes
going back into the centre. Dangerous move.
Comes across towards centre half back. There. It come unstuck there. The mark wasn't taken. And the umpire says, I'll have it, fellas. They Fettingham jumped on the South Adelaide player. And it's going to be a ball up 45 metres out from the Central District's goal, directly in front.
Western Bulldogs 14 goals 15 behinds 99, leading the Melbourne Demons 12-5 77.
Take this one. Simon Arnott's going to go up too. Bowen Lockwood over the top of the lot of them. Picked up there by the Central District's player. McGowan, he goes towards the centre of the ground, picked up by the running player there for Central Districts in Heath Hopwood. A pass which comes unstuck. Talbot with the ball, goes across to Brogan. Brogan doesn't know what to do with it. He goes long to the outer side of the ground, whereas Central Districts lead in the race for the ball. They try desperately to keep it in, but unfortunately the ball goes out of bounds, and it's out of bounds outer side of the Adelaide Oval at the 14.5-minute mark here of the third quarter. Central's 11-6-72, leads South's 8-6-54. Up they go on the outer side of the ground. South Adelaide leading the race for the ball. Chris Cobb with the ball. Gets it across to John Hassel. Hassel goes long. He give it to Morgan, and Morgan goes long now and finds Dean Talbot on the outer side wing. Talbot with the ball. Goes back. Looks for his options. He's got Leeds in the centre of the ground short, and that's the way he goes. Nearly had his head pulled off when he marked it. The South Adelaide player, Damien Rigney, he goes long towards centre half forward, but it's all Central Districts. They could have held a chook raffle then. Central's now going across goal. That's dangerous play, but it was marked by Tyson Hay. Hay goes towards centre half back, and a mark taken there by Central Districts through the agency of Damien Hicks. He'll slow play up. Goes towards centre half forward now. And a Central Districts player, that was Gowans. Chris Gowans, marked absolutely unattended. He goes into the pocket. The lead's on from McArdle, and the umpire's found a free kick to McArdle.
He's paid it.
Lockwood. Bowen Lockwood.
And Bowen Lockwood it is to receive the free. He was in front, and the umpire said he was pushed out illegally.
South player infringing there was Jason Landorf with a push in the back on Bowen Lockwood.
Still remonstrating with the umpire, the South Adelaide player. But Lockwood would want to kick this. He hasn't done a hell of a lot tonight. He's tried to get himself into the game. Again, he's quick off the mark to try and kick the ball. He follows through a little bit under and under, but he's got through the ball through the sticks, and for the correct result. No, he hasn't. It came this side. Did I see what you saw then?
No.
I think that pole's too much in the way here. Will you go and get that chainsaw or whatever, angle grinder, whatever you have?
Yeah. In the ute next to my car, no worries.
You drive a ute, do you?
No, there's one next to mine.
A ute or a ute?
A ute. Yes.
Anyway, ball about to be brought back in for South Adelaide. The lead is on from Clay Sampson, but that's ignored. They come virtually straight down the ground. Brogan, big grab. Yeah, big grab there for Brogan. And he gets the mark on the half-back flank, the left half-back flank. Now, he's looking across the centre of the ground. I don't know why. Surely he wouldn't go across. He's going to go backwards. No, he's not.
Doesn't want to try it.
Now he's decided to go towards the grandstand wing. Up they go. Perry was up before acceptances, and a good mark taken there by Fighting Harada. Brian Harada, plenty of experience there, goes towards centre half forward. Leading players for Central Districts, they can't mark it. Johnny Hassel gets the ball out to Talbot. Talbot comes towards this side wing. Oh, up goes Perry, and right up too. And I'll tell you what, he was up that far, he almost got a blood nose, Ian Perry then, but and he hit the ground with a thud. You could hear it from where we are. The ball about to be thrown in centre wing, almost in front of the Coast FM broadcasting position. You've got local football on Coast FM. The handball out. Here's Simon Arnott again. He's had plenty of touches. He goes short. A beautiful pass, and that hits Marty McKinnon. Marty McKinnon straight onto the left boot. Goes to the outer side of the ground. It's all South Adelaide. Oh, Brogan took too long to get rid of it. He got ridden into the ground, and the ball goes towards the half-back line for South Adelaide. Taking the mark there is Damien Rigney. Rigney, of course, looks for his options further upfield. He's got a short pass on, and that's exactly the way he goes, and that is Jason Landorf. No, Landorf missed the mark. He had it snatched from him by the Central Districts player. Here's Threadgold. He's caught with the ball. Gets a handball out, but to no avail. Went straight to a South Adelaide player. Here's Morgan. He's in and under. The handball out from Central Districts, picked up by Arnott. Over to Marty McKinnon. McKinnon goes over the top again. A bad bounce for his teammate. A B-grade bounce there for his teammate in Lillico, and South Adelaide are going to clear again through the agency of Talbot. Talbot comes towards
free
South
kick,
Adelaide
umpire.
player cleaned up.
You've got to be joking.
Way on calls the umpire. The ball goes towards McArdle, and Sam McArdle has taken the mark. He's going to have to kick from right on 50, and I think this is beyond him. But McArdle goes back to take the kick.
It is beyond him. He doesn't think it's beyond him. He's going to go for it. He wants 10 goals tonight. But that South Adelaide player was driven into the ground, and the crowd next to us are really ropeable about that. I want to know how many kicks Talbot's had. He looks like he's got a ball on a string in that halfback line for the South Adelaide team. McArdle has a deliberate run to the goal, runs across a little bit and does spray.
Another ugly kick.
Another ugly kick. These kicks tonight are just manoeuvring left, right and centre, and the South Adelaide player just punches it over the line for a safety of the line for a ball up.
Although the kicks have been a bit ugly, they have been effective. 5 goals to Sam McArdle at this point in the third quarter.
Ball about to be thrown in the right forward pocket for Central Districts. Up they go. Trying to get the ball out was McArdle, and also there was Bowen Lockwood. And
finally, South Adelaide get a free kick.
South Adelaide player there in Clay Sampson nearly had his head ripped off his shoulders. Goes back, comes towards this side wing. Chrissy Hall there, a good shepherd applied by. Chris Hall's played on, put his teammate under plenty of pressure, and he run out of bounds there. Chris Hall had plenty of time then to go back and take a kick, but he decided to handball to Paul Meekins running past him, and Meekins has run straight out of bounds.
Just ran out of room there on the wing, Paul Meekins. Would have been better for Hall to centre the ball. There are a few South Adelaide players free near the centre circle.
Ball about to be thrown in. Brogan and Arnold, up they go. Down the front to Clay Sampson. Sampson gets it across to Meekins again to Chris Hall. Hall goes long now on the left foot towards centre half forward. Picked up there by Central Districts. The ball out to Hicks. Now Hicks has got to do something with it. He handballs across to Tyson Hay. Tyson Hay comes to the grandstand wing, and well fisted out there from behind by the South Adelaide player. And that player, of course, was Damien Rigney. He's a long way down from the half back line. But Damien Rigney there with the fist out. Now up they go. Brogan again and Damien Arnold. Arnold got the ball down. Picked up there by Michael Stevens. Stevens gets the ball across to his teammate. They go towards centre half forward. And McArdle dropped his... Not McArdle, it's McKinnon. Marty McKinnon dropped his head there when going for the mark. The ball out towards Dean Talbot. He's going to get another possession, although he won't get a kick. They get it across now to David to Threadgold. Threadgold goes towards the outer side wing. South Adelaide leading the race for the ball. They couldn't quite hold the ball. And the ball goes out of bounds, outer side wing here on the Adelaide Oval at the 21.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Central's 11 goals, 7-73. South Adelaide have quietened down a bit. They're 8 goals, 6-54. Ball thrown in. Outer side of the ground, plucked out of the air by the Central District's ruckman, but he is sat upon very, very quickly. Now Brogan's got the ball, he handballed straight to the Central District's player. Now through the agency there of McGowan, Rick McGowan with the ball, goes towards full forward. And a good mark taken there by Marty McKinnon. He's off. The ball smothered off the boot. Play on calls the umpire. He's looking for Gowans. Gowans is tackled. He didn't have the ball. It doesn't matter. The umpire said play on. And South Adelaide desperate in defence, trying to get the ball out. Central Districts have got it now through Rick McGowan. McGowan with the left boot goes in and finds Chris Gowans. And Chris Gowans marks about 25 metres out from goal on an angle.
The difference is tonight that Centrals are giving each other some options in the forward line. Even after they lost it and they were dispossessed in the forward line, Chris Gowans still ran to a space to give Marty McKinnon another option. And Chris Gowans is lining up for Central District's 12th goal. It's 45-degree angle, 25 metres out. He kicks. It looks spray to the side again. It's for a point. I don't know about this kicking tonight, fellas, but I'm not real keen. They're pretty close in, and they're just not getting it through.
No, I don't know what the problem is there.
When we're at Elizabeth in round 2 for Central's North, Chris Gowans came up with 3 goals, 3 for the match. So not performing too well tonight. Only the 2 tonight.
Craig Cotter's got it out there. It came out from the South Adelaide back line. Craig Cotter marked it out, and he's 45-degree angle, 40 metres out, and he fancies himself for a kick. No one's giving him any options except maybe Simon Arnott, but Dean Talbot goes straight onto him as well. You've got David Morgan, who's running
Here
around.
Here comes McArdle. No,
McArdle comes and he slips over. But no, Cotter's gone for it. And how do you like that? He's 50 metres out. No one can kick it from 20, and Cotter can kick it from 50 on a 45-degree angle. He got right through. He kicked through the ball. And that's what you want tonight, fellas, exactly that way. So Cotter would be at training this week and give everyone a lesson on how to kick the ball.
Central's moving to 12 goals, 880 to South's 8 goals, 654.
And coming off the ruckman, Damien Arnold coming off being treated there for Central District. So
in the final couple of minutes over there in the AFL, we've got the Western Bulldogs 14-16, 100 points, leading the Melbourne Demons 12 goals, 577.
The ball about to be bounced. Down goes the ball. Up they go. Brogan, he got the tap down, but it went straight down to Central Districts there through Michael Stevens. Goes towards centre half forward. Marty McKinnon was outmarked, coming through very strongly there was the South Adelaide player, and a good mark taken for South Adelaide by Clay Sampson. Now, he won't do the same thing with this. Surely he won't handle to a running player. Chrissy Hall runs past him, but he ignores him. He goes towards Ian Perry. Up goes Perry. The ball punched away from behind. About to swoop on the ball is the South Adelaide player there in Mark DeMasi.
Brilliant pickup by Stevenson.
Stevenson picked the ball up, and Murray out on his own. Good lead, and hit him lace out on the chest. And Murray to have a shot. Of course, that's Alan Murray to have a shot from probably 25 metres out directly in front.
Yep. Basic rule of football: when you're buried in the forward pocket, kick it to the centre of the square in front of the goal square, and you will find someone there. Murray played in front and marked the ball. He's lining up for a goal 25 metres out. Just as we put him, we put the mockers and he's gone out on the full. What has he done, Matt? I think terrible. You put the mockers on him there, Matt.
No, I would have thought he would have put that one through for the brilliant work by Dylan Stevenson in the forward pocket. That was a one-handed scoop pickup, something you'll see from Andrew McLeod.
Ball about to be kicked back in by Central Districts. They've been let off the hook here. South Adelaide should have converted there, and they haven't. Central Districts go to the outer side of the ground. Oh, big fly there, but missed by Simon Arnott. And the ball about to be thrown in on the outer side of the ground under the light tower.
Murray's still practicing his kicking.
Umpire with the ball. Now in ruck for Central Districts is Lucas Cowan. Cowan doing the rucking. Picked up by South Adelaide. Off of Brogan, got it down to the ruck. And they go towards centre half back. Centre half forward for South Adelaide, centre half back for Centrals, and a good mark taken there by Paul Geister. He's been quiet tonight. He goes towards centre half back, and the mark taken by Michael Stevens. Stevens comes towards this side wing. Simon Arnott 20 metres in front of anyone, nowhere near him, goes towards centre half forward. Good spoil there by the South Adelaide player. Getting around now is Marty McKinnon, picks up the ball, goes long towards full forward. Up they go. Central District's player couldn't hold it. Here's Gowans running in. Chrissy Gowans, he ducks, he turns, he weaves. And he has nothing. It was touched right on the line by South Adelaide.
We were just talking about Alan Murray's inaccuracy in front of goal. In round 3, the game covered by Coast FM, South and Glenelg Oval, Alan Murray finished the day with 4 goals, 1. But unfortunately not repeating that performance here at Adelaide Oval. Only the 1 goal so far.
And it's starting to get a bit chilly here at Adelaide Oval.
Final scores, AFL. Final scores. Western Bulldogs, 15 goals, 17, 107, have defeated the Melbourne Demons, 12 goals, 577. Western Bulldogs, 15, 17, 107, defeated the Melbourne Demons, 12, 577.
Quickly, he's at hamstring, it looks like.
Looks like hamstring.
And they go towards centre half forward, South Adelaide. That'll be 2 big men out for South Adelaide. They can't afford to lose them. Back to Morgan. Morgan on the left boot. Goes goalwards, a beautiful lead.
The Sarge.
He hits his teammate on the chest, and there he was again. The Sarge, Ian Perry, put those hands out and said, "You're under arrest, ball. I've got you." The only thing he didn't do was slap the handcuffs on it. And I said a minute ago, it's getting cold here. It must be getting cold because Mario's gone for the coat.
Now, David Morgan, what a left foot kick he's got. It's piercing, and he caught the Sarge smack out, lace out, 1 out. Goes for a left foot kick through the goals. He's got it.
Yes.
I have to call it this time. Right on the siren. Ian Perry's got the goal. South Adelaide now moved to 9 goals 6, 60 points, trailing Central Districts 12 goals 9, 81. A better quarter, or better start to the quarter by South Adelaide. They got within a goal in the beginning, but then Central Districts steadied everything up and kicked 3 on the trot, and they are leading by 21 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's still only a 3-goal ball game here, and as we know, the game's not over until Roseanne Arnold sings. And you know, if South can come out like they come out in that the start of the 3rd quarter, put a couple on the scoreboard and try and rattle Centrals. Although if they lose Brogan, they've already lost Crawshay, 2 big men out. They're in all sorts of strife.
I've got to ask the question: how many kicks as?
So He's evidently not as injured as we first thought.
And the scratching noise you heard in the background is Peter Clementu trying to warm up his hands.
Oh, didn't bring my jacket this time round. I thought,
ooh, bit chilly up here in the grandstand.
being a big fat boy, I thought I could handle it.
Ball about to be bounced for the start of the final quarter here at Adelaide Oval. Central's 12 goals, 981, leading South Adelaide 9 goals, 660. Central straight into attack through Chris Gowans. They go towards full forward. Big fly from the South Adelaide player. That was Chrissy Cobb. Big fist away. Went out to the 50-metre mark. Here they come to pick the ball up. The South Adelaide players. Play on calls the umpire. And getting a ball across there. Central Districts now was the other Gowans boy. Not Chris, his brother. He gets it in towards full forward. Chris Gowans looking for it in there in the pocket. Stacks on the mill. The umpire comes in and says, finally, I'll bounce it. He's a little bit long and waiting there. And, of course, the other Gowans I referred to was James Gowans in there with the ball. The ball about to be thrown up. Stephen Arnold, or Bowen Lockwood doing the ruck work for Centrals. And Brogan still in there doing the rucking for Central District, for South Adelaide. The ball comes down, picked up there by
right foot snap.
Johnny Hassel, a
Lockwood.
right foot snap, and just wide.
That was
Bowen Lockwood.
Bowen Lockwood with the, well, that was a Ronnie Burns move for the outside of the foot on the wrong side.
The South Adelaide fullback he's about to play on comes to the grandstand wing. Talbot sets himself. So also for South Adelaide does Mark DeMarcy. The ball fisted away from behind, almost out of bounds. Arnott wants it out of bounds and handballed into his South Adelaide opponent, and that's exactly where the ball went. And of course the South Adelaide opponent was Paul Meekins. Now Simon Arnott goes back. The ruck to Jules Brogan. He got his opponent out of the road, got it out of midair and handballed to absolutely no one. And the ball out of bounds again.
Looks like it's a bit of a set play. Handball it to the front of the pack and you should find someone there, but no one was there.
Ball about to be thrown in again. Up they go, doing the rucking for
South
South
Adelaide
Adelaide is James Gowans. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Stacks on the mill. And the umpire comes in to bounce again. James Gowan is not James Gowans. Lucas Cowan is doing the rucking for Central Districts, and Brogan doing the rucking for South Adelaide. Chris Cobb directing troops. Up they go. Brogan got the tap down, but there was no one there to pick it up. Central Districts leading the race for the ball. Here they go. Johnny Hassel for South Adelaide gets it across to Talbot. Talbot goes towards the half-forward line. Almost a good mark taken there by the Central Districts player. He was in fringe. He's going to get it back, though. And that, of course, was Heath Hopwood. Play-on's the call. He goes towards centre-half back. And a good mark taken there by Bradley Curry. Curry goes towards centre-half back, further towards centre-half back, and a mark taken there by Brian Harada. Harada goes to the outer side wing. Central Districts leading the race for the ball. Marty McKinnon, he can't mark it, but he's first to recover. Gets it across to Gowans. Gowans goes long, he goes wide, and he misses to the left-hand side. One behind is the result. Central Districts now go along to 12 goals, 10, 82. That should be 12 goals, 11, I think. Leading 83, leading Centrals 9 goals, 660. Now South Adelaide bring the ball out of defence. Mark there on centre wing, gets it across to Christopher Hall. Hall on the wrong foot, goes towards the half-forward line. The South Adelaide player was in fringe there, picked up for Central Districts by Lillico. Lillico with a handball across, and now they go towards centre-half back. The mark taken there by Quentin Graham. Graham handballed away to Arnott. Arnott goes towards centre-half forward, and he got the handball back and run straight on and got the pass at centre-half forward. Now Arnott turns around, lines up from about 60 out, goes long. The spoil affected by the South Adelaide player. They're desperate to get it out. Brogan's in there. He got rid of it like a hot potato. Comes out now to a player out there for South Adelaide in Damien Rigney. He'll settle and comes towards this side wing, but comes a little bit too far. And the ball is out of bounds on the John Bull, and right in front of the trainer's tent in the wing on the grandstand in front of us. And the free kick is about to be taken by David Lillico. Lillico goes into the centre of the ground and finds his teammate in Lucas Cowan. Cowan goes towards centre half forward. They all miss it. Running through hard is the Central Districts player there in Rick McGowan, but we know he's tough. He gets it across to Marty McKinnon. Marty McKinnon's in more trouble than the fly in the morphine bottle. A short kick in towards goal. Brogan missed the mark. They're out towards centre half back. Picked up there for Central Districts by Quentin Graham. Graham goes to the outer side of the ground. South Adelaide should be first to recover. They are. Play on is the call from the umpire, and Johnny Hassel with the ball. He can run the entire length of the outer side wing if he wants to. He's got to bounce it first. Johnny Hassel goes towards centre half forward. Up they go. A spoil from behind by South Adelaide. Picked up by Simon Arnott. He gets the ball across to his teammate there. A kick towards the half forward line. Picked up there by number 45 for Central Districts.
Hopwood again.
Who is Hopwood again.
Oh.
And play on is the call from the umpire. Picked up there for South Adelaide by David Threadgold. He's playing a bottler of a game. Kicks towards this side wing. Picked up there by Central Districts by David Lillico. There's no one there for South Adelaide. Central's about to break clear through the agency there of
James Gowans.
James Gowans.
To McArdle.
And goes to McArdle out on the lead. And that's where you like to see a full forward. McArdle will line up from about 40 metres out slight angle.
We're just talking off air, Matt, that we think McArdle may be best on ground. He's kicked 5 goals, and he's really given an opportunity for all of the Central Districts player and a target, the go-to man for the Central Districts team tonight.
Certainly is, Peter. Only standing at around 6'3", McArdle, but tell you, he leads strongly and does not back down from any aerial contest.
Takes a long run up, as he has always. He takes a nice long boot at it. Again, goes underneath it, and it goes to one side, the outer side, and it's through for 1 point. They spread open, ready for the kick back in.
Yeah, I don't know about McArdle being best on the ground. He's missed a few that he should have taken, and he missed a few that he should have kicked, I mean. Anyway, Centrals have got the ball again. They go towards centre half forward. With the ball now is Craig Cotter. Cotter goes into the pocket. Central's leading the race for the ball. Play on calls the umpire. Central Districts player being held. The umpire didn't see it. South Adelaide desperate to get the ball out. You'd think they'd want it kept in, and the ball will be held in. And now it's pushed out of bounds by South Adelaide, and the ball out of bounds, left forward pocket for Central Districts. In comes the boundary umpire, about to throw it in. Lucas Cowan and Brogan still doing the rucking. Brogan gets up high, gets it down on the ground. South Adelaide, who's there to pick it up? No one. It's picked up now by the South Adelaide player. He got rid of it very, very quickly, and he was held when he didn't have it, and that was Christopher Hall. And the umpire has saw it. Chris Hall gets the free kick, and he goes to Clay Sampson, who misses an absolute sitter. Goes back to Hall, and he's going to kick it out of bounds on the full. So South Adelaide just making many, many elementary mistakes now.
Unforced errors all over the field by South Adelaide, and Central seem to be capitalising on them.
And James Gowan with the ball. Now he'll go to the top of the square. That's exactly where he goes. And Brogan has let it slip straight through his hands.
No, free kick to Brogan, pushed in the back.
He wanted to test his air brakes. He was up in the air when he was pushed, so I wondered why he was moving so fast.
Yeah.
You got Damien Ringney calling for it on the boundary line over here. I don't think Brogan can kick it that far.
So he comes towards the left half back flank. Up they go. There's Talbot. He leads in the race for the ball. Picks it up. He's looking for someone to kick to, so he just puts it on the boot and goes towards centre half forward. Up they go. The fist down. South Adelaide player there couldn't find the ball when it hit the ground. Now it's picked up by Central Districts, and they go across to Heath Hopwood again. Hopwood doesn't know what to do with it. He's still got hold of it. The Central Districts player should have gone for holding the ball. Didn't. Play on called the umpire. And the ball out of bounds, right half forward flank for South Adelaide.
Hicks and Hopwood doing well in defence for Central Districts. There was a play here in the forward pocket where it just crashed off a South Adelaide player straight into Damien Hicks's hands. The 150 gamer for the Bulldogs, and slick handball to Heath Hopwood.
Ball about to be thrown in. Up they go. South Adelaide got the ball down there, but they've got no one on the ground. Central Districts do the sharking.
Good smother by Clay Sampson.
Top smother by Clay Sampson. You heard it from Matt Brown. They get it across to Lillico. Lillico goes towards this side wing. Up goes Marty McKinnon. He's about to be set upon, but he's first to recover. Gets it down to Simon Arnott. Arnott with a bullet-like pass.
Oh, you'll go for that
and,
one.
And that was cut off by the South Adelaide player, and Bowen Lockwood give him what for when he cut it off. And that's a 50-metre penalty.
Almost, or 25 in the SANFL. Almost a reportable.
25?
He's given him 50. Look at him.
50.
He has given him 50.
A double 25.
And with the ball was Kim Cobb. He goes towards the half-forward line. They go inside to find John Hassel, the former Collingwood champion. And anyone from Collingwood could kick this goal, and John Hassel will make no mistake.
Johnny Hassel's in the pocket. He is a Collingwood champion, but he's no longer there.
I said former.
On the sidelines, gentlemen, well, breaking story, James Gowan's limping off the field.
And Johnny Hassel did the right thing by you, Johnny, and he's put it through for a goal for South Adelaide. South Adelaide moved to 10 goals, 6, being their first score for this quarter, and Central Districts are 12, 84. South Adelaide 10 goals, 6, 66. It's 10-minute mark into the last and final quarter. There's still only 3 goals in it. South Adelaide would have to have a shake along to give this a bit of a shake.
Yeah, I know, but it's still a long way from home. We're only at the 10-minute mark of this final quarter. South Adelaide were making elementary mistakes, unforced errors before. They seemed to clean that up when they went forward that time. So if they can get another couple of quick goals, they're right in it up to their ears. Lucas Cowans takes the ball. Brogan snaffled him. But,
High tackle.
He got him too high. Play on as the call. The Central Districts run the ball through the centre of the ground there. Through the agency of Craig Cotter. Goes to the half-forward line. Picked up by Simon Arnott. Handball back there. They go towards the centre of the ground now. And relieving pressure. He was off.
Holding the
Central
ball.
Districts player was Quinton Graham. And the umpire has paid advantage towards the half-forward line. There's Hassel again. Salt and pepper. He's in everything. Fair dinkum, Johnny Hassel. He'll go towards centre half forward, runs around the man on the mark. He's got someone leading to him down there, and that was a great pass and a good mark taken too. Hit him lace out, and if I can pick up who it is, he's going to have a shot for goal anyway. Is it Brogan down there? No, it's not Brogan.
It's not Shane Allen, is it? Back on the field?
No.
Well, Clay Sampson, no.
Whoever it is, I'll tell you what, he's kicked long and strong.
Long and truly.
And there's a goal to South Adelaide, and that keeps them in the game.
Just turning around the player now, it appears to be... Come on, turn around, let the world see your Guernsey. It is number 13, Mark Damasi.
Damasi with
his second goal of the match.
Started off well, Damasi, in the first and second quarters, then got dragged for a short while, come back on and kicked a beautiful goal from that pocket on the outer side underneath that light, that beautiful tower of light.
Well, I'll tell you what, this game is still alive. Central Districts 12-12, 84, leading South Adelaide 11-6, 72. And she's still alive, this game. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of life in it. Up they go. Brogan got the tap down once again. There's Johnny Hassel scouting wide. He got the ball across. South Adelaide are now starting to run. They go towards centre half forward. Who's there? Plenty of Central Districts players, I can tell you that. And it's fisted away to Central Districts players. They're going to run this out of defence now, Centrals. And coming with the ball is Damien Hicks. He's had a fair sort of a game tonight. Get it picked up by South Adelaide, though. Centrals could lose this, and it goes out of bounds on the outer side. Half-forward flank, right half-forward flank for Central Districts. Dean Talbot back here in the centre of the ground, marshalling the troops, telling them where they should be. And the ball about to be thrown in. Up they go. South Adelaide now on the ground. They're desperate to get the ball out, and they're all looking for a free, and Simon Arnott runs off for the ball. Almost a good mark taken there by Kim Cobb. He's trying to get the ball out. He doesn't want to be pinged for holding the ball, and the umpire says, no, I can't ping you for that, son. You didn't have previous chance to get rid of it. And the umpire comes in to bounce the ball as Kim Cobb drags himself up off the bottom of the pack. The ball about to be bounced. In comes the umpire. There's the bounce. Up they go. The Dean Brogan actually got the ball down to the running players of South Adelaide. South Adelaide all of a sudden have given away a ridiculous free kick, but I was just about to say South Adelaide all of a sudden seem to have runners, which they didn't have before. Towards centre half back, Brogan put the big hands up, couldn't mark. Here goes South Adelaide again. Dean Talbot with the ball from the half back line, goes towards the half forward line. Murray, good use of the body. Almost took an absolute perler. Getting down on the ball, John Hassel. Murray's there again. Central Districts go to run off with it. Should have been holding the ball. Played on, said the umpire. Dean Talbot, he had no chance to get rid of the ball. And the umpire comes in and says, I'll have it again, fellas.
That went over the line. That's a throw-in.
South Adelaide have definitely picked up the ascendancy this quarter and got a bit of a sense of urgency, haven't they, John?
They certainly have. They've lifted, and they know they're still in it. Now the ball about to be bounced on the wing, right in front of the grandstand, right in front of the Coast broadcast point. You've got a local footy on Coast FM tonight from the Adelaide Oval. Up they go. Lucas Cowans took the ball out of the air, got it back to Murray. Murray tries to get through the pack. He couldn't get through, and he handballed the ball out of bounds. The ball once again to be thrown in right in front of us here at the Coast FM commentary position. You're listening to Local Footy live on Coast FM tonight from the Adelaide Oval, and join us tomorrow from 2 o'clock from the Woodville Oval, the Eagles versus North Adelaide. Central Districts with the ball now. Through Arnott, goes on the left boot. Down towards Marty McKinnon. Oh, terrific grab there from the South Adelaide player in Todd Steele. And you'd think he had a magnet and the ball was steel. Comes towards this side wing. Up they go again. South Adelaide again with another big mark. He was going to handball off then, and Ian Perry decided not to. He's going to go back and kick long. He's got players everywhere screaming for it, but they're all in too short. Perry's going to look for his long options, but all his long options seem to be covered. They're all short players too. And Perry, now what's he going to do?
He's going to pump it long.
He's going to pump it long. Goes
That's
long. Gets onto it. Torp goes the best part of 65 metres.
And marked by a Central's player.
And Central District's player marked. He read that exceptionally well. That's Paul Geister. He read the play better and gets the ball across to the half back line for Central Districts. Now they're going to continue to go short, and a mark taken by Michael Stevens. Stevens goes short towards centre half back, and the mark taken by Tyson Hay. Hay handballs to a teammate. Murray almost grabbed him. He's filthy with himself that he didn't grab him. And they get the ball towards centre half forward. Simon Arnott runs through centre half forward. He's run down by the South Adelaide player, but a good pass in the end.
Brilliant mark there by McKinnon.
And has found McKinnon.
McKinnon's found someone
goes
else.
Short, and he has found a teammate there in the right forward pocket. And that was a good pass too from McKinnon. And a good pass there. I'm just trying to pick out the player that it is. He won't turn this way, so we'll just have to watch him go back and have this shot, and then we'll try and pick him out later.
The umpire spreading the field. Everyone's trying to put this player off. All the runners come on now. They're looking at seeing that maybe that South Adelaide could have snatched this game if Centrals don't need to put this through for South Adelaide, but he does kick truly, and it goes through the centre. And the player is Johnny. Have you worked him out as yet?
No.
He's running back towards the centre of the ground.
Oh, I should have. It's Simon Arnott.
Simon Arnott, of course. Look, that pocket, he was on the outside pocket next to the scoreboard, the wonderful Adelaide Oval scoreboard here. 16, nearly 17 minutes gone. Central Districts are 13 goals, 12, 90, and South Adelaide 11 goals, 672. There's only, 3 goals in it still. They're seesawing up and down from 2 to 3 goals.
Simon Arnott showing his AFL experience throughout the match, just all over the ground and then in the forward lines with his first goal for the quarter and for the match.
Definitely had a great game, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Possibly in line for the XL Rent-A-Car Man of the Match.
Ball about to be bounced in the centre of the ground. Centrals will get away with it. They go towards full forward. Leading for the race with the ball is McArdle. He gets it across to McKinnon, and McKinnon goes long with the left boot. And touched right on the line. No, hit the post according to the goal umpire. Hit the Holy Ghost. And 1 point is the result. Central's 13-13-91, leading South Adelaide 11 goals, 672. Now South Adelaide bring the ball back in, and a mark taken there in the pocket by the South Adelaide player in Andrew Stagg. Stagg comes towards this side wing. Too high for Brogan. Central District, well spoilt there by Dean Brogan. Put the big hand out, and but unfortunately Central Districts are going to end up with it. And they go towards the centre of the ground, and a mark taken by Rick McGowan. McGowan, Johnny Hassel on the mark. McGowan with the ball. Looks for these options up further. He's got forwards leading everywhere. They're going in all directions. Some want it short, some want it, and he goes straight across the ground. Picked up by Simon Arnott again.
And finds McArdle.
Goes in short and finds McArdle on the lead and hits him lace out on the chest.
Arnott's skills are quite special tonight, especially in this last quarter. He's got the ball, he gets the ball to his player, and the go-to man for tonight, Sam McArdle, lace out, one in front. McArdle was a step in front of his opposition. Now he's 45 metres, maybe 15 metres out on a slide angle down the scoreboard end of this Adelaide Oval tonight. The surface looks beautiful. The players are starting to tire. The South Adelaide players probably sense the game might escape if this goal goes through. He hooks it a little bit, and McArdle, who earlier on we thought might be near and best on the ground, he's you're right, John, he's missed too many goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, and goals like that the full forward should be able to convert.
But Peter, we were discussing the flight of the ball earlier, and for once in the match, McArdle's shot was end over end, so it was good to see. But a point, unfortunately.
South Adelaide with the ball now at centre half, back from the kick out. They come towards the grandstand wing. Chris Hall leads in the race for the ball. Can he stop it from going out of bounds? No, he can't. And the ball goes out of bounds right in front of us. Cutting across in front of him was Andrew Stagg, and Andrew Stagg took it out of bounds. Ball about to be thrown in right in front of the Coast commentary box here in the Adelaide Oval. There's a holding free there. It's got to go to the Central District's ruckman, and it does so. And the free kick goes to Lucas Cowan. Now, Lucas Cowan, he can't do that. He's got to kick over his mark, so the ball coming back.
Why? It can be play on.
He's got to kick over his mark.
I won't fight with you.
Lucas Cowan with the ball.
Admitting defeat already, Peter. It's not a good sign.
He's too ugly.
He goes towards centre half forward. Leading in the race for the ball for Central Districts there is Craig Cotter. He goes high, wide, not too handsome. Oh, Central Districts player showed courage there. McGowan had the ball, took it away from the South Adelaide player, but South Adelaide will get out of defence and go to the outer side of the ground. Left half back flank at the 20-minute mark, or 20.5-minute mark of the fourth and final quarter here at the Adelaide Oval. Scores Central's 13-14-92, leading South Adelaide 11-6-72. The ball thrown in, up they go, down on the ground. South Adelaide are desperate, so also are Central. South want it out of there, they'll get it out too. And the South Adelaide player that kicked it was absolutely crunched, but he's up and running. Now Simon Arnott picks the ball up on the outer side. He gets a handball across, a beautiful handball to Hopwood. Hopwood goes short and finds Chrissy Gowans. And Gowans has taken the mark 40 metres out, slight angle, should not be any problem for Chris Gowans. And I think once he kicks this, it's shut the gate.
It was Arnott, Cotter, Hopwood, and now to Gowans. They're getting much slicker, and I think the crowd's even conceding defeat a little bit for the South Adelaide. And Chris Gowans kicks the ball. Again, he misses. That should have been... I'm going to let it go. It's a point.
Back on the field for the Centrals, Damien Arnold, and taken off is Lucas Cowan.
Right, ball about to be kicked in again. Yes, that should have been a goal.
Thanks.
But anyway, it's not. Bad kicking is bad football. Or as Lou Richards used to say, if you can't kick straight, you can't play football. Central's South Adelaide go towards centre half back. They come straight down the ground. Picking up the ball now for Central Districts there is Michael Stevens. He goes into the pocket. McKinnon leads in the race for the ball. Picks it up, gets back onto the left boot. Goes long, goes high. He's dubbed this from the pocket. Top of the square. Up goes Arnott. And they force it through for yet another behind. Central Districts on the scoreboard here, 13 goals, 16-94, leading South Adelaide 11-6-72.
22-minute mark, boys, and the crowd's starting to filter out.
Yes, the crowd's starting to filter out. I think they can sense that Central Districts have got this in their keeping. Murray with the ball, does a back turn out, gets it across to Brogan. Brogan with the left boot, goes to the outer side of the ground. Johnny Hassel caught under the ball. Central Districts have got the ball there through the agency of Arnott once again. Now South Adelaide take it off him. With the ball is Chris Hall. Chrissy Hall goes towards centre, picked up by Mad Dog Morgan. Morgan gets it across to Murray, and Murray is caught. Should be holding the ball. No, play on calls the umpire. And Central Districts will get out of trouble, and they come towards the grandstand wing. South Adelaide, the ball picked up there by Chris Cobb. He gets a handball across to Damasi. Damasi with the ball now, gets it across to Chris Hall.
Awful.
And they don't know what to do with it, South Adelaide. This is a comedy of errors. And picked up by the man just onto the ground, Damien Arnold. He goes towards centre half forward. Up goes McKinnon, and they stayed down, the South Adelaide boys, and Brogan will clear the ball to the wing. And the mark there is taken by Paul Meekins.
Two South Adelaide players on the wing, Hall and Stagg. It is pretty stiff and sore after those two contests. And
Meekins has kicked it straight to the Central Districts player in Hay. Hay goes back there, and the mark taken by Hopwood. Hopwood into the centre of the ground to the ruckman, Damien Arnold. Arnold goes across to Simon Arnott. Arnott in turn goes across to Brenton Daniel. Daniel goes towards full forward. McArdle caught behind. Picked up by the South Adelaide fullback. He's looking for the boundary line and made it no too simple. Comes towards the wing, and the mark taken by Christopher Hall. Hall goes towards the centre of the ground. Dean Talbot with the ball. Now Talbot plays on, runs around the man on his mark and goes right across ground and finds his teammate there, although it hasn't done them any good because they haven't gone towards goal. He goes towards the centre of the ground, finds Morgan. Morgan has got players streaming down the ground. They go long, they go in towards full forward, up they go. Who's on the ground? No one for South Adelaide, pushed along to the boundary line, and the ball goes out of bounds in the right forward pocket for South Adelaide. 24.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Central's 13-16-94. South Adelaide 11-6-72. Ball about to be thrown in. Right forward pocket. Up they go. Down comes the ball. South Adelaide there scouting the ball. Picked up by Clay Sampson. A shot across goal, and 1 point is the result. Central Districts 13-16-94, South 11-6-72.
You would have thought Clay Sampson would have put that one in the air. Instead, he worm-birded along the ground and straight across the face for a point.
Central Districts out of trouble now, and they come in towards the centre of the ground. Here's Simon Arnott. His leg must be getting sore. He goes towards the centre, picked up by Chris Gowans. Gowans keeps running. He goes towards full forward, out on the lead. Play on, called the umpire. I thought he held that long enough. That was McCardle. Central Districts with the ball. They come back inboard through McGowan. McGowan with a handball across to his teammate there in Craig Cotter. Cotter goes short, and a good pass, and it comes off.
Looks like Chris Gowans in the forward line.
Hits his teammate Lace out.
Right 3-1.
on the chest.
Paul Geister.
Paul Geister, he almost fumbled it, but he took it on the third and fourth grab as it was falling to the ground. The Central Districts players are having all a drink now. They know they've got this in the bag at the 25-minute mark, nearly the 26-minute mark of the final term. They got 13 goals, 16. This could be their 14th goal. He kicks truly. The Central's flags fly up. 14 goals, 16, 100 points to South Adelaide, 11 goals, 7, 73. They're 27 points down after being to within 6 points not that long ago. I think South gave it a good shake, but Central's just bumped them off the ball a little bit.
Yeah, South have had a good go at it, but Central's was just too steady, I think. And
I think the stock's not there for South Adelaide tonight.
Too many unforced errors all over the field for the Panthers too, and Central's, as we see on the scoreboard, 14 goals 6 to 11 goals 7, seem to be capitalising on them.
Ball back in the centre of the ground, 26.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Down goes the ball, up goes Brogan and Lucas Cowans. Up they go. Central Districts have got the ball through Arnott. He handballs wide. Running onto the ball there is Lillico. Lillico handballs the ball to Clay Sampson. There's the siren, and that ends the game here. Central's running out victors, 14 goals, 16, 100, and they defeated South Adelaide 11-7, 73.
Yes, well, the top scorers for Centrals, Sam McCardle with 5 goals, James Gowans with 2, his brother Chris with 1, Rick McGowan in the changed jersey of number 1 after he got blood on his number 23 with a goal. Also Simon Arnott, Craig Cotter and Damien Hicks, the 150 gamer, and what a way to celebrate for the Hickster. 1 goal to him as well. The top scorers for South Adelaide, I've got down here Mark DeMarcy with 2 goals too, Clay Sampson with 2 goals as well, and also Murray, Meekins, Brogan, Crawshay and Ellen with singles.
The better players would have been Johnny Hassel, who got better and better as the game got on. Kicked a beautiful goal in that last quarter. David Morgan, he has got some quality skills. He can kick a ball like a bullet pass with his left foot. Dean Talbot, I'd say, would be South Adelaide's better player. Well, probably the best player there. DeMarcy showed some good stuff, as well did Ian Perry. Sampson was always in it. Crawshaw started off well, but hurt himself, and as I said, would not come back on the ground. Dean Brogan did a lot, but didn't do anything, I'd say, Johnny. Yeah. He had a lot of the ball, but just didn't know what to do with it well enough. David Threadgold, I thought, was quite good as well. Andrew Stagg and Christopher Hall, I thought Bishop lacked a lot. Landorf was in and out, and Paul Meekins for a one-gamer was good as well. For Centrals, I'd say Rick McGowan was one of the better players. Tyson Hay got in it as well. Damien Arnold, when he got into the ruck. Michael Stevens was the link man across the centre. Sam McCardle in the forward. Damien Hicks for his 150th. Chris and Rick McGowan's. I'd say Lucas Cowan in the ruck played well, and I'd say Quinton Graham gave something. Heath Hotwood gave a lot, and Simon Arnott gave everything.
Yeah, he did. He's a very